Hello, nerds, and welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, one of several dungeon masters in the world. We haven't done a count recently. We are rejoining our mini adventures. This is the mini adventure Rosethorn, as we continue an exploration in the land home to the town of White Sparrow, and several adventures as collected in the lovely collection Fantastic Adventures as put out by slyflourish.com. Allow me to introduce our players, and they will introduce their characters. First up, God help us, it's Guy English.
He's in a 1920 silent movie.
Dramatic pause.
Great for a podcast.
No, you didn't see the... I was holding up my sign that I keep. Hi, Tony. It's good to be back.
Hi, Guy. What character are you playing today?
I'm playing Oli McRegent, which is completely distinct from any other character that you may know.
It's true. Next up, it's Dan Morin.
Hello, Tony. I'm so glad we could be here starting on time, as usual. I'm playing Cueris, a bard.
Also joining us, it's Kathy Campbell.
Hello, I am here, and I'm ready to play Thamia, a Goliath fighter.
Also joining us, Aline Sims.
Am I, though? Yeah, I'm here. Okay. I play Lee, the Air Genasi monk.
Next up, it's Micah Sargent.
Yes, it is, and he plays Linnell, the, high elf warlock.
Indeed. And last but not least, it's Steve Lutz.
I understand this is good podcasting. Hey there, Tony. It's me, Steve Lutz. And
really giving those people with smart speed their money's worth this week.
That's right.
So.
I continue to play Diendo Fat Rabbit, who has surprisingly not been killed yet.
Nope.
He is a halfling
I've
monk.
tried real hard.
You have done pretty close to... Yeah, you've almost done it.
So, in our previous sessions in this Rosethorn adventure, you were traveling on the road, as you do. You found a convoy. Convoy? No, it really just one voy. You found a wagon under attack by a bunch of goblins.
Singular of convoy, yes.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yep. You fought off the goblins. You made your way to back to the safety of White Sparrow and the gigantic hand that we don't discuss. And did I say Whitehaven or White Sparrow?
Wait. There's a hand?
You got it.
Okay, good. You made your way back to the safety of White Sparrow, the giant hand we don't discuss, and have begun a bit of an investigation here. You have conversed with the sheriff about some of the goings-on in and around the land, vis-a-vis the safety of the town, and that there apparently have been a number of goblin attacks on wagons, and specifically there have been... additional guards have been hired, the Lion Roar Company of Wagon Guards. And though it turns out in some conversations with one Lion Roar, Linnell was able to shake the Tree of Knowledge, and some clues dropped out of the easily intimidated Lion Roar. So, you've survived a goblin assault, you have made it to White Sparrow, you have learned some things, and now we have to figure out what you're going to do next in this adventure, in this investigation, in this mini-adventure. Take it away, anybody who's not me.
I suggest we investigate further. This sounds most suspicious.
So there was a dude in the that hangs around the tavern that we were.
You were informed about a somewhat suspicious elf scout named Illendor, who apparently had also been interested in the goblin convoys. But not mayor. There's a mayor. There's a sheriff. The sheriff is. I'm really bad at remembering the sheriff's name. I look it up every time. Ruth Willowmane has mentioned that there's an elf scout interested in the caravan in the wagon protection biz and interested in taking down these goblins, but mainly seems to just hang around the tavern. And I think the last little piece of information that you got was that Lion Roar was somehow in cahoots with Illendor and that Illinder is also known to hang around a location known as the Ivy Church.
Do we?
Does that piece in everything that people thought they knew
Yeah.
from last time?
Yes.
For those of us who have been in this area for some time, do we know about the Ivy Church? Is that a place we've come across?
Give me a history check.
Absolutely. That would be history.
Yeah, because I know the.
I
Right.
rolled a number known as either 9 or 14, depending on which of those.
All right. I'll give you the 14. You've heard that You've heard that the Ivy Church is the kind of the local nickname for an abandoned temple, not too far from here. Probably
Interesting.
less than an hour's walk into the wilderness. from
Guys, I've got an
Whitesboro.
idea for where we could investigate further. There's
could
this
go there?
hand right in the middle of town that I'm curious about.
Yeah, I saw. Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry, I've got to get back into character. I saw that hand, and I was curious.
We have experience with friends of ours that checked out the hand, and they tended to have some very significant.
It gave them headaches.
Yes.
Did you attempt to talk to the hand?
Guys, we've already made all the hand jokes that
All
are
of the
feasible.
hand jokes.
Oh, no, we
in the
haven't.
previous episodes.
I'm pretty sure we
Several-
can mine some more out of this.
Multiple times.
Yeah,
I do not believe I was making a joke. I answer the point of jokes.
If you go up and give it a little kiss, you'll be living hand to mouth.
No.
Oh.
All right, that's new but awful.
He's- He strums
So
his
are we-
bagpipes at the end of that.
We can
That's really bad.
head
That was
head
really,
head
really
to
bad.
this church.
Or do we want to talk to Illendor since he's here in town?
Well, he's at the Ivy Church,
Tavern.
potentially.
Potentially, there are other avenues for investigation as well. It's up to you. There's a variety of things that you could attempt to learn, and then decide where you want to go next. So
So
this is
Illendor,
an invest.
Sorry, Illendor Elf is not hanging out at the tavern.
No, he's at the
He is
church.
known to frequent the tavern, but he is also, according to Dash Lion Roar, they have met up at the Ivy Church.
Okay, are we
Yeah.
currently in the tavern?
You're currently in the tavern.
Okay, so we can see that he's not here.
He is currently not in the
Okay.
room.
Cool.
But is he? Roll investigation.
Well, you guys
Roll
could
investigation.
You guys could go check out this Ivy Church thing, and I'll just hang out here in the tavern in case he comes back.
Yeah, and inspect the beer.
Mm.
I'm a brewer,
Check
you
the-
know.
Check the bottom of every glass.
Yeah, I'll stick with Diendo just to make. I've got his back.
Why don't
got
we
s-
all go to the church?
We've got some bear trap related wounds to lick. That
Yeah. Fill up our wooden legs.
Oh God!
Yeah, let's check out the
Um,
church.
All right.
all right, why not?
So
To the church.
I've got a map for you.
We're
Okay,
going to church,
perfect.
people.
Take
This
me
map
to
looks like
church.
Isn't
the.
this where we were on the...
He's working on it.
Dan, what do you do? Do I make lots of noises when you're setting up a live
Yeah,
stream?
100%.
I mean,
happening?
yes.
100,000%.
Oh well, this is just like that then.
Hello, bootleg.
Hello.
All right.
I'm a bootleg.
Ooh.
All right.
It's so
Um,
to talk to me. Nobody ever does, but I've been here all along.
Tony does a lot of talking to the bootleg, to be fair. Oh, sorry, Tony. Sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. I was having a very different Dungeons and Dragons experience the other day. I was running for an in-person group where I do the thing where I just kind of filibuster until someone interrupts me, which with that group takes about 8 minutes, whereas you guys, it takes -8 minutes. So
We just
I
do
don't
it
think
for you.
I don't think either is good. So they're both deeply flawed in their own ways.
How am I
So,
in both of those groups?
I don't know.
Is that you, bootleg? Are you interrupting Tony?
I wouldn't interrupt
So,
anybody. I'm
uh,
just a
you-
bootleg.
You get some directions from Sheriff Roof Willowmane, and she points you in the direction of the Ivy Church. It's not too hard to get there. It's kind of in the not too dense woods, not far from town. So you trek across the land there. You manage to not step in any bear traps, so that's
a
good.
first.
Miracle.
And you eventually, about an hour and a bit later, arrive near the edge of the Ivy Church. So this is clearly some kind of ancient ruins. There's centuries of overgrown vegetation covering nearly every inch of this ruined stone church or temple. Half the building has collapsed under its own crumbling weight, leaving only 2 walls and part of a dome ceiling intact. A tall statue of a praying woman stands in front of the church, wrapped with thick, thorny vines. Half her head has been broken off and lies on the ground, staring wistfully up into the sky.
How many fingers are on her hands?
Roll perception.
I got to roll perception to count fingers?
Yeah, I don't...
All right, it's a 20.
Exactly 5. With 100% confidence.
No more, no less.
Less, yeah.
It's because I'm
so yeah.
short. I got to jump up to see.
Yeah, you gotta jump up 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wait, I lost
5.
count. Gotta start again.
Jumping
Do it
again.
again,
Nope,
one
that's all of them. So, it seems relatively quiet here at the ruins. Dan, would you like to roll to determine the original intent of this structure? Oh, you can't. That was your other character.
But sure, yeah. What do I roll?
You can't do that.
Ow.
All right, there you are on the map at the ruins of the Ivy Church.
There we are.
Cool.
Oh, I still am.
You may need to scroll to the right.
I may need to scroll to the right. What a thought.
Scroll to the left.
Oh no, says QRS.
Scroll to
This
the right.
place has been ruined.
Wow.
Why does this elf guy hang out here? Seems like an odd spot.
Doesn't it? Well, let's see if he's home, shall we? QRS will stride forward towards the church opening.
All right.
Hello, is there anybody around?
Always lead with a bard.
Hello, hello, hello. Echoes back the ruins.
All right, I will step up to the front here and knock on the rock,
There's-
which doesn't work very well.
There's no door to knock upon. There's just a
I'm knocking on the door frame, the hole, hello.
All right. No, there's no response. It's quiet. It's peaceful. You hear birds chirping and insects buzzing in the distance.
I will step in. How are the acoustics? How's the bagpipe
Oh my
sound in here?
god.
Oh, dear.
I am troubled by his quick movements.
Walking at a normal speed. I'm not running into the church or anything.
It's it's cavernous, a little echoey. I don't know, probably not ideal.
So what's inside?
Ruins, Dan. It's a ruined temple.
Yeah.
There's not a lot. There's rubble all over the floor. There's kind of the remnants of it, probably what was an altar.
Okay.
Several hundred
any
years
elves
ago.
in here? Hello? Hello?
There appear to be approximately 0 elves in here.
Can Linnell roll for investigation to sort of peep around to see if there are any clues about what may be going on in this here situation?
Sure, roll
if there's
investigation.
Some sort of tracking or
Any bear
something.
traps in here?
Why don't you find out for us, Diendo?
I mean, if there are, I'll find them.
Sorry, I did that wrong. 17.
All right.
Investigation?
And Linnell, could you tell me what in particular you're investigating?
Yeah, I want to see if there's any sort of clues about if the elf is not here, as far as we can tell. If we see any sort of tracks or are there signs of a struggle, or
Has there been an elf
something
here
to do with the
recently?
elf. Yeah, has
All
there
right.
been an elf here recently? Basically, yeah.
I will say you rolled a 17. The ground here is pretty wet. It's been a damp spring here.
Ew, it's a moist elf, the worst kind.
Yeah, and there are. It seems like relatively fresh, probably within the last couple days, boot prints that look like they could belong to an elf coming and going from the main entryway where you're kind of standing around. Somehow QRs did not mess up the prints as he ran ahead at a normal speed. Linnell, you also find, as you're poking around, not taking the main trail, but kind of coming up from the woods in a variety of directions into the ruins of the Ivy Church, are lots of goblin footprints coming and going.
Okay, I will go ahead and let the group know. It appears that goblins have recently been here. It may be the case that our elf is either working with these goblins or was kidnapped by them.
Is there any sign of a struggle?
There's no sign of a struggle.
There does not appear to be any sign of a struggle. That said, we have seen these goblins be very crafty, so we cannot entirely put it past them to have, ran away with him.
I'd like to investigate this altar back here.
Okay.
As I go, I would like to check the floor for bear traps.
Are you going to check them with your feet?
No, I've got a spear that I carry around with me. That's
Okay.
perfect for just such a thing.
All right, you head over to the there's very it's pretty clear of underbrush here inside the ruins of the church. It seems like it would have to be a very fiendishly concealed bear trap or other kind of trap to not be obvious to your little halfling eyes.
Okay.
So you make your way to the altar. The altar is not much more than a big weather-worn slab of rock. You could say it is rough-hewn, but you wouldn't. You could say that. But you wouldn't.
Okay.
Yep.
There's no sign of any compartments or there's no blood all over the altar.
Do you want to give me a perception check or an investigation check?
Let me give you a perception check to see if there's blood all over the altar.
There is not blood all over the altar.
Okay, there's a 21.
All right. So you're poking around, Diendo, and you do find there is not blood all over the altar, but there is kind of a hollow compartment under the altar.
Where the blood
And
drained.
inside is a bear trap. Oh, no.
yeah, your hand comes out and there's just a bear trap on it.
That bear trap is blessed, though, so you're okay.
You find kind of a panel on the otherwise very unremarkable looking altar that you think you could open. Do you want to open it?
Do we have any roguish types with us?
I don't think so.
I think I'm the closest, but I don't think I'm that close.
All right.
I have
well,
advantage on stealth, but I don't think that works for sleight of hand.
I'll just look at this
I got
compartment
sleight
a
of
little bit
hand,
and see if
but-
there's any traps that are obvious.
Yeah, sure. Give me a quick perception check.
You bet. Oh, that's a 7.
Ooh.
It does not seem trapped. It just seems like a very large kind of panel on the back of this altar. It seems like there must be a good-sized compartment or hole behind it.
All right, I jam my spear in and wedge it open.
All right, it kind of the back of the altar just kind of flaps off into the dirt, and it looks like someone has stashed a whole bunch of stuff here.
Do tell.
Do you want to read through it with one of your hands, one of your two
No.
hands that you love?
I still have a spear for that.
All right, so you
I'm just going
jam
to
your.
stir like I'm tossing a salad.
All right, that's okay. You should get some salad tongs, but you jam your spear in there and just kind of poke around it, and a bunch of stuff kind of just tumbles out of this compartment. There's some weapons and armor and basically like a go bag. There's some traveling gear. Looking at it, it looks like it's a set of elven made leather armor. There's a fancy looking jeweled dagger. There's a hand crossbow and a small pouch of money.
Anything incriminating? Or is this all just some dude's stuff?
Seems like some dude's stuff.
Although one doesn't usually keep a go bag when one is entirely on the up and
Right,
up.
with the
Yeah,
I got one.
jeweled dagger.
in an abandoned church, Dan.
Yes. I mean, no one will
Okay.
find it. Except
Okay.
for a party of
I mean-
adventurers, apparently.
Diando just did. So
No. He's not long for this earth. Sorry,
yeah,
what did I
he's
say?
the hobbit that proves the rule. Yeah. Diando, do you want to? It seems like some of this stuff might be somewhat valuable.
Well, at the very least, I'm going to fill the bag with rocks and put it back.
Okay, you're going to take the money in it.
Without knowing what this guy's up to, I don't want to take his stuff. But I think it would be funny to hide his stuff and fill his go bag with rocks. So I am going to do that.
All right.
I'll put his stuff in another bag out back of the church.
You put a note in that's like, I'm sorry, your go bag is in another church.
Your go bag went.
All right. Well, some of it would be. I mean, the bag of money you could easily replace with a bag of rocks. It would probably be harder to assemble a collection of rocks that look like a hand crossbow, or a set of leather armor. But yeah.
Well, all I need to do, it's not so much the shape and size of the bag, it's just that it's going to be full of rocks when he goes and gets
Okay.
it.
All right. So you basically put it will be somewhat obvious that things have been messed with, but you leave a collection of sacks of rocks in the secret
When
compartment.
one has to
in
go,
this
one
church.
doesn't look that closely at one's go bag. One just
Sure,
grabs it and
okay.
picks up.
Some of the stuff was not in a bag. To be clear, the crossbow was just there.
Oh.
There seems to be an extra person hanging out at the entrance to this clearing, but I don't know if the Amia necessarily would recognize that, or if that's something that
Looks
was
like a
meant to be
guard
there.
from the caravan.
Yeah,
Wait, where?
At the back where
by
we
the
started.
statue.
Oh, I may have copied and pasted additional people.
It's a ghost of a
He's
guy
still
who died in
wandering
a bear
around
trap.
from like the bear trap. Guys, like dragging the
So-
bear trap on his leg.
I
Like,
remember
wanna
that
get
guy's
out
name
of
was that was Paul. So
here.
yeah.
Well, Paul is dead.
Yeah, no, he's fine. He's back at the. He's probably been promoted heavily within the Lion Roar Wagon Guard Company
Yeah,
because
he survived.
many of his
Everyone else is
coworkers
dead.
are dead, and his employer is complicit in crimes.
No.
That's how you get a promotion, right? When your boss gets arrested.
It just looks like Paul, but he's clearly an imposter.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that. So you have found a strange go bag hidden in the altar of the church. There are signs of an elf coming and going, and many goblins coming and going. Would you like to do anything else here?
Is there any obvious trail where they're generally heading to, the footprints?
The goblins' footprints are very strange because they seem to kind of depart in all directions. And whereas the elven footprints seem like they came to and from White Sparrow.
Can we tell how long it's been? Roughly? Like
yeah, I
a
think-
week, a day, an hour?
Days.
Days, okay.
So we can't.
Back to the tavern.
Yeah. Just so we're clear, my dude is just hanging out on Overwatch, basically. 'cause-
Yep. Doing salmon ladders. Got it.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
All right. Well, it seems we've seen all there is to see. That sounds like the beginning of a song, but it's not.
Yet.
Yeah.
The seeds of inspiration.
Indeed. I start writing furiously as perhaps this is not the most fruitful line of inquiry. Maybe there is someplace else we could investigate. Or is there anything else we should be looking at here? Can I do a quick circuit of the church and just see if there's anything that we missed?
sure.
All right, so I'll just
Yeah, okay, I'll go around the other way.
Okay.
Okay.
And then when they meet at the back, Ollie is startled and shoots QS.
I would like to make a quick effort to cover my tracks,
Oh, smart.
so it's not obvious that I've been in here mucking around with somebody's go bag. This
Who
is
was
not the
in
first
here
go
mucking
bag I've
around with
hidden
my
out
go
back
bag?
of a church.
Okay.
Clearly.
Roll twice again. I don't know. Take a pick.
I'm taking the 4 this time, Dan.
All right. Well, the DM gives and the DM takes away.
Yep. Ollie, do you want to roll a perception check as you're
Yeah,
poking
I
around?
do, which I'm not particularly good at, but why not?
Couldn't do worse than Dan.
Why not?
Hang on, let me see.
I rolled a
guess we're back
2.
to being mean to
Could
Dan.
do worse.
Yes, we are. Unlikely, though. 6.
6.
2 better than Dan, which is how I think of you, Guy. 2 better than Dan.
Wow.
Oh, that's nice.
That's
Yeah,
a pretty low
sort of.
bar.
One thing that I am curious about, and I mention it to everybody else, is that if the goblin tracks are going off in all different directions, are they capable of scrambling down these hills, or is it too steep for somebody to sort of traverse?
Seems like the goblins do not really care about roads or paths and are scrambling up and down the hills, even though it would be much easier to just come up the path that you all came up.
Yeah, okay.
So,
So it's not a natural fortification, is what you're telling me.
no.
Like they can, okay.
We also
You know, it's an elevated point. It's a nice place to build a church or a temple,
Sure.
but it's not like,
We know
you know.
It's not steep enough to stop anybody coming up if they really
No.
want.
And we know the goblins have been like raiding. They've been around, right? And like,
Yeah.
but we don't know. Nobody seems to know where they came from, and they all kind of disappeared into the forest.
They did.
Into
Yeah.
the hole.
In 2 different directions, specifically.
Suspicious. Yeah, they had those tunnel
Yeah.
systems.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just to clarify, for the roll of the 4 and 6, you don't see anything else conspicuous as you circle the site looking for things.
Yeah.
Aline, you were saying something.
There's no evidence of a trap door inside, or okay.
It seems like this may have been. I mean, it seems like so far all you know is that this was some kind of meeting site, and perhaps Illendor has some kind of regular meetup with maybe some goblins. That does not happen to be occurring right now, but yeah.
Is there somewhere we could hide out to see if
They come back.
they come back? Yeah.
How many of us can fit in the compartment under the altar?
I was
Just
just
you.
about to ask that.
Not me.
How many?
With all,
We'll go pick up a 6-pack of beer and just stuff Diendo in there. He's good. He's good
I
for
would
a few
say,
days.
with all the stuff removed, Diendo and a little bit of gear could fit in there. It would be cramped for a normal sized person. Thamia can definitely not fit in
We
I
there.
put
love
Ollie
this
on
plan.
top of the statue, obviously, for a vantage point. And then the rest of us just maybe leave.
Yeah.
I'm kind of okay with that. If you just bring us some beer, I think we'll be fine. It's-
You're on watch. I don't think you get to drink beer while you're on watch.
I've got brewer's supplies with me. I could just make us some while we're waiting.
oh, that's perfect. Yeah.
Is that
Whatever, I'll
how
take
long it takes to brew things? Short
The way,
rest?
the way halfling monks do it is.
No. It's just so let it set out. It's kind of like room temperature activating.
More or less.
Okay.
Just
It's up
enhances
to you.
the
You could hang out here for quite some times. Could be hours, could be days before the next meeting. You could go somewhere else and return here. I don't know what you want to do.
Well, if he hasn't been here for a couple of days, it seems like a bad idea to sit around here for a couple of days before he returns.
It would make for a slow-moving adventure.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like the best option.
Yeah, especially since we don't have a cell phone.
Although I do like the idea of a guy taking off with his go bag and only discovering several days later that he's carrying around a halfling.
Pops out and punches him in the butt.
A very drunk halfling who
Yeah.
then proceeds to punch his butt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just especially picture it when he whips out his perhaps you'll feel differently when you see my crossbow. And he's holding a halfling.
He's holding Diendo, and Diendo just says, bang, bang, bang.
That's not even the sound a crossbow makes.
It's a British crossbow.
Yeah, it's a British costume.
Bang.
Oh my god.
All right, so he's not here.
Oh no.
He's not here. He wasn't at the tavern. We had the company of itself to potentially investigate, right? Like, is that our other lead?
You could drop by the Lion Roar offices in back in White Sparrow. You had mentioned talking to other merchants. I think there's also the idea that you could potentially visit the site of previous ambushes if you're interested in that.
Oh, I do love a good historical ambush.
You seem interested in knowing more about the goblins. Perhaps there are people that you could learn from that about. You've suggested a lot of ideas. All of them
None of them good.
Yeah.
equally
They're-
good.
Yeah, they're all kind of.
I mean, most of them are all at White Sparrow. White Sparrow, though. So at the very least, I think we're done here.
Where were the ambushes? The other ones that happened? Were they on the same road?
They were near White Sparrow. I don't think you know beyond that.
Okay.
Do we have
Well-
any red twine and some
Yeah.
pins?
Yeah.
We always have rope.
Yes.
Mm.
That's
We
my
can zoom
silken
and
rope,
enhance.
finally.
That's all I care about.
All right.
Have we
so-
rested, by the way? Have we taken a long rest, or is this still the
Not
same
yet.
day that we all...
So far, you are just.
What time of day is it?
I think it's mid-afternoon.
All right.
All right.
I say we go back to town. Maybe we check out the tavern again, towards dinner time, and
Right.
then
Yeah.
Well, we might as well, in the
Or stop at
meantime,
the
we might as well
the-
talk to some merchants.
merchants.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
that
and
sounds like a good
basically
plan.
let our injured people become less injured.
Well, we'll do that overnight, I would assume, when we do a long rest.
Okay.
Assuming we survive that long.
Right.
Talking to merchants could be extremely dangerous with this group.
All right. And so you make the hour trek back to White Sparrow, having learned some things, but clearly not as much as you actually wanted to know. And so you return to White Sparrow and the hand that we don't talk about. All right. So here is my question for you. You are in the safety of town. I would never do anything to hurt you. Do you want to split up?
Sure.
What?
Is that like the DM guarantee?
Yeah, right? Can we get it in writing?
No.
I don't know. I don't trust Tony as far as I can throw him.
How far can you throw him?
Well, not at all because of social distancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thanks,
About 6
virus. yeah.
So wait, are there steps into this hand? Like, can you walk up there?
It looks like there's steps inside the hand.
Yeah.
There are steps going down into the hole the hand emerges from. There have been a variety of archaeological expeditions to figure out what the hell is going on with the hand. People, those usually end in madness.
Glenn's
So,
character is
people in
halfway
the
down those
town-
stairs.
The people in the town are
don't
just sick
even
of
know what the hand
they're
is
sick of
for.
hearing about the hand. Yeah.
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 They're like,
don't
we
even-
just built a town here. Look, our grandparents thought this seems like a nice place for a town. There's a little stream here, and I don't see what the big deal is. We like building our little houses in the shadow of this giant monster magic hand that sticks out of the earth.
We believe
Stop
that
making a big
someday
deal, but
the Lord will reach down and bestow upon the hand a high five.
Well, it'd be
Yeah.
6.
So, like, what are you guys from stupid towns that aren't known for anything?
Oh my
Our-
god!
our-
It
yes,
does have 6
100%.
digits.
It does. It has
Yes.
6 fingers. Yeah.
True.
That's new
All
to
right,
me.
That's
So-
why I was
It's
counting the fingers on the statue.
Hand.
How about
Yeah.
a couple, 2 or 3 of us go to talk to the Lion Roar people, and then 2 or 3 go and check with other merchants? How does that sound?
Sounds great.
I'll check the
Yeah,
tavern.
I was. So the reason I was asking about the hand is, I thought come evening, if there was a good vantage point, we'd see some fires giving away positions of somebody.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
is
we're
that an
in
untenable and kind of a silly
town.
plan? Do goblins even build fires?
Well,
They
and I
might.
think they're in tunnels.
They might be
too.
far enough away. They probably live in caves.
They're
and
definitely not
whatnot.
building
Yeah.
fires in tunnels. That sounds very unsafe.
They're not just building like
Yeah.
an open campfire on the prairie.
Yeah, not to
All
where
right,
we would
okay,
be able to
so
see.
pointless idea.
I mean, I don't know. I thought that was a very rangery idea.
Very
guys, so-
rangery. Good idea, but not necessarily for this situation.
So, Dan has proposed that some of you perhaps talk to different merchants. I just thought, splitting up gives us a chance for different people to roleplay.
I'd like
so,
to
yeah.
talk to Natalie Merchant, please.
Natalie Merchant is the merchant who runs the fabric wholesaler in White Sparrow. She sells fabrics and garments and curtains and whatnot. And, and some of her goods have gone missing. Stephen Merchant
She
across
employs a lot of maniacs.
is a gem trader and
Tall,
basically
kind of awkward.
Yeah. Dan, slightly British like you.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, those are, you know what? Canon. Eat it, jerks. Yeah.
You think this
So-
hurts us more than it hurts you, Tony?
I don't know what pain is anymore.
Okay. All
All
right, so we got a gem merchant, and we've got
Fabric.
a fabric.
Fabric,
Well, that's
tapestries,
Natalie.
and there was also a general store.
Well,
And
here,
then
we got
and surely these are deep entrenched parts of the adventure and not things I'm making up
we
right
got
now.
we got 2. We got gem merchant. We got a fabric merchant. We've got the Lion Roar. That's 3 sets of 2 people, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to go to the Lion Roar.
Okay.
Sorry, Linnell wants to go to the Lion Roar.
Any other?
Yeah,
Brothers?
Thamia will go with Linnell.
Okay. Do we dare leave Diendo and Ollie on their own to
Oh,
go
God.
investigate something? Or do we
Yes.
need to chaperone them?
Is there a place
No,
in town that
let's-
sells bear traps?
All right, Diendo and Ollie.
the general store. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, fine. Diendo and Ollie can go to the general store, and then myself and Lee will talk to Stephen Merchant, the gem trader. You're welcome.
It's Stephen A. Merchant, and also it's Dungeons and Dragons. So
What's
his
the A
name
stand
is
for?
well, his name is probably like
Stephanos.
STEV apostrophe N. So to make it old timey.
Really annoyed when people don't pronounce it right. It's Stefan.
All right. By a roll of 1, Dan's group gets to go first.
Oh gosh. Okay.
All right, to the gem merchant.
Okay.
All right. So, there's not too, White Sparrow, tiny little town here on the frontier. Not a lot of shops, not a lot of houses, not too far hard to find the the commercial district as it was in White Sparrow. It's literally around the corner from the tavern, and you part ways with your friends as some of you basically head across the street from each other, and you go into a lovely little gem store. It's tiny. It's the door is pretty heavily fortified, and it doesn't have like a big showcase window. And inside there's kind of a little gnomish man, and he says, "Hello, welcome to Steven's Gems. Please come in. I'm Steven. I'm
Hello.
a merchant."
Thank you so much for having us in your lovely store. My name is
Yeah.
Qeris. I'm a local bard of some renown. Perhaps you've heard of me. Of course you have. This is my associate, Lee.
Oh, please, are you welcome? We get so few travelers here in White Sparrow these days. Perhaps you are here for some gems. Are you getting married?
Not
No.
that I know of. No such
Oh, neither of you? Okay, very well. So Stephen Merchant is he's a gnome, so he's a little short. He's got normal eyes, and he
This is the worst description.
What does that even mean?
I literally, Stephen Merchant is a gnome, so he's short and he has normal eyes. Nailed it, Tony.
and he has
Painted
he's
a
kind
real
of dark.
word picture for me.
Look, the joke is that Stephen Merchant has weird eyes. So, all right, and he is totally not. He is totally he has good skin that has some complexion to it, not like a weird pale British man. Is that what you want to hear?
Yep,
Yeah.
done. Well,
Oh, are you going to do a
Miss-
Stephen Merchant accent now?
No, he's a gnome. He's
Legally
legally
distinct.
distinct. Legally distinct.
So, thank you so much for having us in your shop. Actually, we had some questions for you. We have been looking into ambushes of convoys bearing goods to and from White Sparrow, and wondered if perhaps you had encountered any of this problem, or had heard
yes,
anybody.
Yes, there has been several over the last few months. The voy that was supposed to arrive today hasn't come in, and I have some important goods on that that really need to come in. Yes, there's been several issues. They say goblins. Me and the other merchants. Well, we've chipped in and have arranged for additional security after the first couple attacks, but so far it does not seem to have done much. Very frustrating.
Have your goods in particular been stolen?
Well, I think they're just hitting just about everybody. I mean, I think they hit the convoys. But seems like whoever's doing it sure loves gems.
I would like to roll some insight on this fella and see. I don't know why it rolls twice every time. It's a mystery.
It thinks you have advantage.
It
and you
does
don't.
probably think I have advantage. Anyways, so just take the first one, I guess. And
15?
Yeah. Is there any indication that he's being cagey? I felt like I asked, and he said, "Oh, everybody's being hit," which felt weirdly suspicious.
He does not seem like he's being cagey, Dan.
Okay. Alrighty. So.
Cagey Dan, cousin of Steely Dan.
Yeah. Man, how is there not a question about Steely Dan on Dan Conceivable?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Lee, did you have any questions for Stephen A. Merchant?
Can you tell us is there a particular spot where the convoys are being hit, or is it sporadic?
Oh, well, it seems just about everywhere. I mean, there's really only 3 roads that lead into White Sparrow, and I think a convoy's been hit on everywhere. It seems like they know where we're coming and going. It's been convoys both going in and out.
Is it every convoy, or is it just some of them?
It seems like it's about half of them.
And how much has been taken from each of them? Do they just wipe out the entire convoy, or do they only take specific items?
Seems like they take the good stuff.
Who else knows when the convoys are coming in or out?
Well, the Lion Roar wagon guards, of course, they know, and different merchants have different goods on different convoys, so we usually know when they're expected. That's about it, I suppose.
Interesting. Well, that has been most helpful. Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure. Slow day.
Keep selling
Meanwhile,
those gems.
somewhere else, Next up will be Thamia and Linnell. And where did you go?
Let's have actually Diendo and
Oh,
Just-
trying to avoid that. Diendo
I know.
and Ollie, you were going to the general store or somewhere
Yes.
else? Where were you going?
I think it was the general store.
All right.
On the
Store
way,
where they
I
sell
pull
generals.
a bottle with a makeshift cap and hand it over to Ollie and say, "Try this. I brewed it myself.
Oh, no.
It's a halfling stout. You'll
A
love
big
it."
swig. Thank him for it and pocket it.
Roll Constitution.
I take one out and I drink it myself, but it's a light
right.
it's a halfling Lightfoot, so it's got
So
a lot less
Dien-
calories.
Diendo, I forget if you have been here before. Perhaps some other adventurers are familiar
I don't think
with
so.
Greyhorn Outfitters is run by Gavin Greyhorn, and it's basically kind of your general store, hardware store, adventuring goods store.
All right.
So, Ollie, you have no significant troubles imbibing the halfling stout.
Okay,
So,
perfect.
the
do you
door
think?
has a.
I think it's great. I think we're going
Excellent.
to have another couple of these because I got a pretty good constitution.
Oh, I got a whole bunch.
Okay, we're going to get ourselves killed.
The little bell over the door dings as you head into Greyhorn Outfitters.
I poke my head inside and say, "We would like to buy a general, please."
Heard that one before. Come on in.
Good. So what kind of goods do I see as we walk around the store?
So this place is just overflowing with stuff, and it's just everything. There's farming equipment, mining equipment, hardware, some basic tools for like crafting. There's some, low-level basic adventuring equipment, rope, all kinds of rope. They got your good rope, they got your fancy rope, and some very basic weapons and armaments. And there's kind of a burly-looking guy standing behind the counter. He's got a rather impressive mustache going. Little decent amount of gray in it.
I just quietly consult with Diendo, and
That seems unwise.
yeah. What about buying a bunch of rope and securing everything down so that if the goblins want to get stuff, they need to take some time cutting it free?
I mean, I think we all have rope. Everybody's got
Yeah.
like 50 feet of rope in their pack.
Like a lot of rope.
Maybe we should ask this guy about
Yeah.
what he knows first.
Hey, friends. Welcome to Greyhorn Outfitters. I'm Gavin Greyhorn.
Hey, Gav.
New in town?
Yes, we are. We just arrived this morning, I believe.
Well, welcome to White Sparrow. You look like adventuring types. I can tell you got that blood on your pants.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unrelated.
Yeah. Rosy cheeks going on, too, at this point.
Yeah.
How have the attacks outside of town been affecting your business?
Well, can't say it's been good. Lost a decent amount of cargo. Frankly, I'm thinking about insurance, and that is not something that we adventurers take lightly around here.
Who sells insurance around these parts?
I don't know. I think we might have to make a deal with some of those big city folks.
What do you know about this Illendur that's supposedly dealing with the problem?
I don't think I know him.
Do I think that he does know him? I'll do an insight.
Roll insight.
I've got a decent insight.
Mine
feel free.
was not good. It's an 8.
1d20 plus 2.
Oh,
No. You rolled a
no,
D.
no,
You rolled a roll D0. I was like, that's
Not
not.
a typo.
Yeah. All right, 16. You feel relatively confident that he's being straight with you, that he does not know an Illandar.
Okay. So,
But there's, all kinds of adventurers coming through here. Is he he's a friend of yours?
Not yet.
not yet.
Oh,
We've heard of him, and we'd like to chat with him.
We like to make
Well,
friends. And
if
we've
he's
heard
around
that
White
he's a
Sparrow, he
good
hasn't
one.
been in here to buy any equipment or anything yet, I suppose.
So he's not a resident here, as far as you know.
I would know him if he was a resident. I've been here for years.
Could we
Well, I
ask
won't
this-
call it a comeback then.
Good. I need a better drinking buddy. Can I ask him to and somehow get word to us if this guy does come by?
Oh, sure. Where would you like me to send word? Maybe the tavern?
Yeah, the tavern or wherever we're going to stay tonight.
That
Is
would
the
be the tavern.
The tavern, yeah.
Options are limited here in White Sparrow.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So I've got a +1 persuasion. I don't know if that is really useful, but
He's a friendly, general store owner. He just
I'm not sure you even have to persuade him. He just seems
No.
like he'll be happy.
yeah. So okay, so I can just ask him like, hey, just get word to us at the tavern if you see him.
oh, okay. What's he
Thanks a
look
lot,
like?
Nick.
Elfie.
He's an elf. Yeah.
You got a little bit more to go on? My wife's an elf.
Whoa.
Oh no.
Rough.
He doesn't probably look like your wife.
I wouldn't think so, friend.
Man, you sent the two dumbest people to go and talk to this guy.
We're gonna be run
I did
out of
point out-
town.
On a rail, tied with 50 feet of silken rope.
So wait, business is being slow. Anybody like the enough guy comes in, or anybody that's sort of new in town, if you can just get word to us at the tavern that somebody's blowing through town, that would be great because we're trying to get to the bottom of this goblin problem, and we'd like to help you all out. So if you just let
I'll
us know,
think about it. Good seeing you.
You'll think about it. Okay. Can I intimidate the guy?
Oh my god.
No, it's good. Some of my best friends are elves.
Oh my god.
Okay, I don't want to intimidate him. Although not until it's the middle of the
You
night.
could try
and I'm shaking him awake in
persuasion.
his-
You could try
Can
persuasion.
Lee come in and just like grab them both by the ears and like
Lee at this point is probably best not to admit to knowing them.
Good point.
Okay. Anyway, thanks a lot. And hopefully we'll talk to you soon.
The bell rings as you head out. Meanwhile, at the other group of you, so that was Thamia and Linnell. And remind me where you were heading.
To Lion Shield Banknote.
That's
I keep
That is
thinking it every
I
single
keep thinking-
time.
I also keep thinking it every single time. So you head to the Lion Roar Wagon Guard operations. They basically have just like a tiny little office. It looks like it was probably somewhat improvised in an empty storefront. They don't even have any kind of like signage or anything out front. But you ask someone for directions and head there. And you step into this building, and it's basically there's a bunch of it's kind of a little bit improvised. It's next to a barn, but it's basically a one big open room. There's kind of a desk set up, kind of like an improvised counter toward the front, with some books there, and a man standing there wearing Lion Roar kind of livery. And there's kind of basically like a bunch of cots and bunk beds in the back that you suspect are where the people sleep when they are not working. And in fact, the only one in here right now is a familiar sight. It's Paul.
As we were walking in, is it Thamia or Thamia? I want to make sure.
Thamia.
Thamia. So Linnell says to Thamia, I believe it is best if I remain as quiet as possible. In the event that I need to use an intimidating move, it is best if I let you control the conversation unless we need to deploy some intimidating tactics. Does that work for you?
Sorry, I'm just picturing the hilarity of the elf looking up at the giant Goliath fighter, being like,
Right.
I'll handle the intimidation.
Yes. And Linnell does a complete deadpan.
Love it.
Does that work for you?
I mean, I'm better at intimidating the words, but I'm willing to try anything.
Yes. You seem to be, what do they call it? A bit of a gentle giant.
Yeah. Yeah, as long don't hurt my friends, and then apparently I'm Southern now. Don't hurt my friends, and I'm the gentlest soul in the world. But yeah, we can try using my words. I word good.
One must understand their strengths, and friendliness, frankly, is not mine. I think that this would be best.
I don't understand. There's 6 of you. How are you all unqualified for these things?
And then we go in.
And all right. Yep.
All right.
Paul is surprised to see you. He's standing there kind of at this little improvised desk, poring over a ledger. Oh, hello.
Hi, Paul.
It's me, Paul, you saved my life this morning.
We did.
Do you remember that?
I absolutely. That was a great way to start the morning. I'm glad you're looking well. Recovered.
Yeah, I'm really overwhelmed. It's kind of, I don't know if I have a job. My boss is locked up by the sheriff, and she said make sure nothing goes missing. So I've just been trying to like go over everything here, and it's just a lot. Some of the other guys walked off because they said probably we weren't going to get paid. Some of them are at the tavern. I don't know. Also, like, several people died this morning, and like it seems like there's probably business obligations to that, and I don't know what to do.
Well, that's
How are you?
Yeah. Doing great. Thank you so much for asking. It seems like following the orders, make sure nothing goes missing. Have you done like inventory?
Yeah, well, we don't have a lot to inventory, so I've just been looking over this kind of ledger of, payments and expenses, and, we got to feed the guys, and make sure that the bills get paid by the merchants, and that kind of stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Seems like we're doing great.
All of those bills that are getting paid out, do they seem to be to, like, people that should be paid?
I'll be honest, I am not great at this. More of a letters guy. This seems like a numbers situation. Not sure.
Yeah, but you seem to be reading really great. That's impressive. That's awesome.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of money that comes in from somebody, and like here, like look, and he turns this giant ledger around, and it's like, okay, like here's the money from Stephen Merchant and Natalie Merchant, and Gunther, or not Gunther, what was his name?
Gunther Merchant.
No. Gavin. Here's the money from Gavin. And then there's this other source of money that seems to come in like every month, and it just says I, and I don't know who that is. Is that like...
That's merchandise.
Because there's a hand, but there's not an I, right? Am I right?
Yeah, no, I totally get it. I wonder...
is there another merchant?
I think hand and I are in cahoots.
Is there like an optometrist in town?
But, I don't know. I'm not really from around here. There might be an optometrist.
I don't know, and this is weird because he pays a lot, but I don't remember any of that.
Do you know, like, does he pay in person or does he have somebody like drop off?
I mean, I don't know who it is, but it looks like somebody. There's all this money here, and it seems to. I don't get it. It seems like some groups get bonuses and some. I don't know. Like this whole bureaucracy thing is just not my forte.
Oh, strong.
I really think of myself as a guard.
I get it. It can be really hard to like transition into administrative work when you're used to just like hitting things over your head, especially if you have to talk to people instead of just stand and be big. I get it. Yeah, that's right.
Did I show you my bear trap scars? He puts his leg on the table. It honestly seems like perhaps he should have received professional medical help.
From outside you hear, Team Bear Trap!
Yeah. There's just like a lot of mud and leaves packed into the pretty gaping wound in his leg.
Oh yeah, you did a great job on that.
He puts it back down. So.
Is there any like when was the last? Does it say in there when the last payment from I came in?
About a week ago.
Expecting one sometime soon, possibly.
Looking through this, seems like they come in like about a week before each caravan comes in.
Okay, and do you know when the next one is coming in?
Well, I don't know. We had one that was supposed to come in today. There's probably not another one for like a couple weeks or a month even.
Okay, so we're probably not expecting a payment for a little bit of time.
I guess so. I mean, I'm not expecting any payments. I don't understand what the deal is with this.
Yeah.
It seems weird. I don't like it.
That does seem strange. Are there any sort of like addresses or locations associated to the person delivering?
Literally just says the letter I.
Okay.
Like an initial.
Cool.
Which is also a word that starts with I.
Yes.
It might be one.
No, it's got like the thing. No, it's clearly like,
He's real good at reading, so I'm sure
it's all scripty. I thought that too.
Yeah. Linnell, do you have any ideas into how we can talk? Any questions that we could ask our buddy Paul here?
I have no questions, but it does appear to be Ilendor.
Yes.
Paul,
Ah! I didn't see you there. You're very intimidating.
I step out sort of from behind.
Yeah.
Although Linnell's pretty tall as a high elf, so I don't know if he's but he's very thin, so maybe
Yeah,
he does
it's
kind of
hot
step
dog
out.
like. Yep.
It's just sort of like it just comes around.
Hello.
We are in the midst of an investigation. In order
An
to help-
investigation.
Yes, Paul. It would be best if you allow me to finish my sentence. I believe that is the most. Anyway, sorry, I couldn't think of what I was going.
You didn't even finish your sentence.
I couldn't think of what Nell was going to say next, and I got really confused. And it's hard for me to play this character, but I'm
man,
doing my
Linnell
best.
is
You're doing great.
You're doing great. You're doing great. It's all
Here we
good.
go. We are in the midst of an investigation. Yes, an investigation. Please do not ask that question again. And it is important that we know as much information as possible. You see, it is our goal to help your town because it appears that your town is under attack in a way that leads to less resources for the town. We are here to help you just as much as we are here to help the entire town. But, clearly, particularly you, as the sheriff seems to be a little displeased with the job that you have done protecting the wagons. So
Me?
if there's any other information that you could provide us that you have yet to provide us, now would be the time. It is a waste of time for us.
I have
to
no
to come
secrets from
back.
you. I promise. Here, take this whole book.
Thank
He,
you.
he
And
hands you a
Linnell-
large ledger.
Linnell takes the ledger and sort of tries to stuff it under his jacket. And it is a little awkward, so he's just kind of like holding it there. Underneath his cloak, I mean.
You want me to carry that for you?
Actually, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, great. And
You're very
Thank
scary.
you,
Is there
Paul.
anything I can tell you that would be in that book?
Is there anything that you can tell me that would not be in that book?
I don't think so. But I'm not
What
sure.
What is your birthstone?
I think it's taupe.
Very good. Taupe? Wait, that's a color.
It's a birthstone too.
Topol.
Is it?
Topaz?
Topaz, opal.
Hold on. Do I know what my birthstone is? Okay. We're covering important things here. What else can I tell you?
I do want to know your birthstone.
Oh, it's a garnet.
Linnell's eyes go blurry.
Oh no! I mean topaz.
Pupils go away. Oh,
I thought garnet would sound cooler, and I was wrong.
and he just whispers the word topaz, and there's sort of an echo. And
Okay.
that's all that happens.
All right.
And then we're ready to go.
That's quite a
If you
skill
are.
you have there.
He's letting. So for you all, he was letting his deity, his ancient being that he's made a deal with, know the birthstone of that being, because that's part of the deal that he has struck as he's collecting information about people. So
I like the idea that it was just like his like stupid party trick is I can guess anybody's birthstone once they have told it to me.
in two guesses, yeah.
Or he wants to prepare a very nice present for Paul.
All
that's
right.
what Paul might think.
And so the three groups reconvene in the street outside the various merchant houses
Well, so we're not even going to talk to Natalie Merchant?
to compare notes and discuss what you have learned.
She probably wants to thank us.
Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but I have serious misgivings about the Lion Roar Company's, let us say, forthright dealings in this matter.
Oh, 100%. This inventory thing, we're pretty sure that I stands for Illendor. So he's paying off people.
It makes sense. It sounds like there have been enough attacks on various convoys that everybody in town has been hit, and the only people who seem to know every coming and going of every wagon would be the very people who are hired to guard it.
I believe it would be prudent to show the sheriff this book.
That sounds like a great plan to me.
Yeah.
Diendo
do it.
sidles
To
over
the
to
sheriff!
Linnell and says, "Hey, Linnell, you're my friend, right?
What's your birthstone?
Just wondering. I don't know. I don't know when I was born.
Very well. Yes, we are friends.
Cool. Just checking.
Linnell gives you the creeps.
So
Yeah.
creepy.
I'm not talking to him.
The highest of elves. Oh. All right.
Linnell pops a mint.
All right. The sheriff does not have an office per se, but she can frequently be found at the tavern when there is not currently a crime being committed.
If you
in-
got to have
in
a not an
Whitesparrow.
office, the tavern is a pretty good one.
It's pretty great.
Yeah. And so you find her in her regular corner table in the in the tavern. There's like a nice elk head on the wall. She's sitting there and drinking. It's getting to be early evening at this point.
I think
Hello?
Thamia, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't think I would see you so soon. It's been what, like 5 hours?
6 weeks since you looked at me.
Oh, Linnell.
We discovered, obtained. We obtained some information that about Illendor that we wanted to share
Possibly.
with you.
I
Most
think
And
it's
what would
fair
that
enough
be?
to say we have a lead on what's been
Yes.
happening to these caravans, and we would very much like to discuss this with Illendor.
Well, I can't say I trusted him. He seemed shifty. Not like in an elven way, just he had shifty eyes.
Yeah, Linnell slinks out from behind Thamia again. Shifty, you say.
But we're unsure where we can find him. We went to the Ivy Church and had no luck locating him. He seemed to have vacated the premises. And other than that, we know he frequents this tavern, but it doesn't appear that he's been here recently either.
Should we check the
Well, I
tavern for
haven't seen him
tracks?
today, but perhaps you could ask around the tavern, see if anyone else has seen him. I've definitely been keeping my eye out. I have more than my fair share of questions. Anything else I could help you out with?
If you were to find answers to questions such as these, where
you
do
come
you
back
think
next
you would
week?
do that? Or perhaps when?
Can you get us a list of the names of the guards?
The Sheriff Ruth Willowmane flips through the ledger that you're holding and points to the list of the guards.
Okay.
Can you tell us how to work this?
Yeah, Sheriff Ruth
Where's the
Willowmane
power
takes
button?
through this. She puts little spectacles on her nose and starts flipping through. Oh, a lot of payments from eyes. That's where you're thinking about the whole Illendor situation, right?
Right. Yeah.
And
Indeed.
did you notice? Did you notice that some of the guards are paid like twice as much as all the others?
Yes.
we did. Where do they live?
Well, I
Or
think they
rather, where in the dead of the night would somebody find them?
I believe they bunk in the storefront rented by the Lion Roar company.
Okay.
Bunk in the storefront, you say.
So you say this is a book, huh?
This is a ledger. Yeah, a
Interesting.
lot of money from this eye. Definitely. Wow, yeah. I mean, not that I'm impressed by Paul, but he is not getting paid a fair amount here. Ooh, no, none of the people that died this morning were really getting appropriately compensated compared to the other people. This is amazing. There was the convoy last month that got lost in the swamp. Look at what these people are taking home. This is their best, and they lost the whole convoy in the swamp?
Yes, we were also concerned about that.
That we definitely
that
noticed.
you
Yep.
mentioned.
Well, I mean,
Yep.
I mean, it seems like it's getting late.
seems like it's
It is getting late.
I'm pretty
A nap would be
damaged.
good.
I could do with a nap, waking up in
feel
the
like
middle
we-
of the night and then scaring the bejesus out of somebody.
Sounds like a
For
plan.
y'all, that's the
secure
dream,
lodgings
isn't
here
it?
at
Shall we
Seven.
call it an
That's
early
fine.
night?
Yeah.
Dungeon Tony, we would like to head to the tavern.
You are already there. Check.
We would
Done.
like to do sleeping in the tavern.
Well,
All right,
perhaps in a room adjacent to the tavern and not in the tavern itself.
Well, it's upstairs.
Depending on your goals for the evening.
Speak for yourself.
I've
I
slept in a
do.
lot of
I
taverns.
am speaking for myself.
It's you don't have to pay for the table. You have to pay for the room. So it is indeed getting to be the sun is setting on White Sparrow. That the gleam of the sunset is glinting majestically off all six fingers of the magic hand we don't talk about. When you see Diendo and Ollie, you see the familiar face of a Gavin Greyhorn poke his head into the tavern and wave at you.
I quickly point at Linnell and I go, see? One of
Hmm.
my best friends.
You can see visibly his body language, him sighing across the tavern. He walks quietly across the tavern to
do
you.
you know Gavin Greyhorn? I believe
Oh,
we
we
met
met.
previously. Okay.
I tried to buy a general from him and he wouldn't sell one to me.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I think the person you were looking for was just in my shop. He bought some bear traps and some hardtack. Not
Oh,
for a
no.
couple days.
Oh, no.
Case closed.
How long ago was that?
Just left.
Okay.
We're
I
not
don't
getting
know,
any rest,
Diendo.
are we?
Quick.
I want to go out and investigate outside of the shop
Absolutely. Let's go.
with my half hit points. I'm pretty sure this is
All
a
right.
great idea.
Right.
We should all go.
We're all gonna
Yes.
assist with this.
All right, you pour out of the tavern and into the street. It seems pretty quiet.
Not perception, right? Like
Investigation.
See if we can
I
find
have-
the feet, the shoe prints.
Find the
footprints?
feet.
Footprints.
I've got a +1 at investigation, and I've got
I've got a +4.
proficiency in it. Oh, okay, go for it.
24. That was a
Yeah.
critical success.
All right, I was going to say it's going to be impossible to see footprints on the busy thoroughfare that is Main Street in White Sparrow, but Micah rolled a critical. Micah, you spy a fresh set of, they're kind of extra muddy. It looks like someone has tracked in some mud from outside town, and they stand out, and they, they're elf footprints. They're they're a little fancy, just a little fancy.
There appears to be some forest loam in these fancy footprints.
Yes.
I believe this is our elf.
They had
thing
no.
where you like tasted it too. Moss.
That would be illogical.
The footprints head north out of town.
They seem to be heading north out of town.
We shall
Shall
go
we?
north, I
We
think.
should also
go.
head north out of
I'm
town.
definitely gonna.
All right. You head north out of town. Linnell continues to follow the footprints expertly.
I would
Linnell,
like to keep an eye out for any bear traps that he might have accidentally dropped.
yeah.
Good idea.
Linnell, it seems pretty likely that these footprints are leading to the Ivy Church.
Ah. Well, let's go to the Ivy Church.
Seems we are merely
All right.
too early.
To the church.
All right. The sun is setting. It is solidly dark by the time you arrive at the outskirts of the Ivy Church.
This place again.
Yeah, this place again. Just gonna move your tokens down that way.
Don't forget to grab Ollie. out
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, I'm trying to find my window.
I was moving you also to cause confusion.
I don't have
Is
a
that
token.
that
Yeah,
all of
Lee
you?
isn't there.
Where's
Lee?
Lee.
I don't understand. Where are you?
I don't
Hold on.
know.
Her token
not in the
maybe
turn order
closer to
list
the
either.
like over by the caravans or something.
I wonder if I
I'm-
accidentally deleted it when I was
That would never happen.
typing.
All right. There
As
you are.
do.
As you do. All right. So the six of you are following the tracks. You are at the edge of the large clearing that has the hill with the Ivy Church in it. What would you like to do next?
I think we'd like to be quiet as we approach.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
How quickly can I get into that secret compartment?
Not that quickly. is what I want to
I
say.
suppose we should assume that he got here before we did.
It seems very likely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll a stealth check.
Mm-hmm.
23.
16 to stealth.
Yeah, I'd like to make.
I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but
I'm gonna make a quiet
16 to
approach
stealth.
towards the church. Like I'm gonna creep up, and the music's gonna dun 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 dun. dun.
I mean, you're playing that on the bagpipes,
Yeah.
dude.
But stealthily, Steve.
Can I climb up
Stealthily.
on the guy's shoulder up here? The statue's shoulder?
The statues? Yeah, I think so. Give me a quick athletics check to climb up there.
Yeah, okay. Let me check what my bonus is here. Athletics +5. Okay. I gotta get better at this. +5.
Okay, let's see if
25.
this works.
Ooh, crit.
Wow.
Crit.
All right. Suddenly, like, Ollie is standing there, and then he is not there, and you just see kind of like a shadow perched on the shoulder of the statue. Ollie, give me a perception check with advantage from your vantage point.
Perfect.
Mm.
And I whisper to myself, I am the knight. Too bad my perception stinks, but whatever.
Well, you have advantage, so roll twice, take the higher.
Yeah. So 2.
Let's
16.
take the
I would take
16.
the 16.
Take the 16.
I'd take the 16,
Yeah,
yeah.
good advice,
Pro
people.
tip.
So you peer out. It's hard to. It's dark, and you're looking through the ruins of the Ivy Church, and you do not see anything until just you catch a glint. It's like there's like a small little source of light. You think it might be like someone lighting a pipe. That is perched in the church. You can't see the person holding it, but you see just like a glint of and then it goes out as the fire is now inside the pipe.
Okay, I make a little bird sound like the guys on Three Amigos. Caw-caw.
What, was that a
Oh,
bat?
that could also be bats. Yep. Thank you, Dan. Thank you.
Could be a bat. Sounds like a bat.
Yeah. Yep. Thank you. The longest running jokes are the best.
Is my stealth of 23 like close enough to get me sort of like?
Yeah. So
the
Qyaris and
opening
Lee, you rolled really good stealth, so you can move in. Linnell, Thamia, and Diendo, are you guys hanging back for now? Is that your plan?
Yeah, I'm going to kind of hang out because obviously my stealth isn't great being a gigantic being. So I'm going to stand kind of at the base of the statue here, kind of watching the aisle thing, even though we know the goblins don't use roads. Just kind of hanging out
Where
here.
they're going.
And I'm
They
going
don't
to
need
attempt
goblins.
Yeah.
to stealthily get around to the back of the church.
All right. Give me a quick stealth check to do that.
It's a crit. It's 25.
All right. And Linnell, what is your... How do you-
Sorry, I did this wrong. Give me 1 second here.
All right.
'cause I've got
Can I motion to
advantage on
Lee? Maybe like we should
stealth
like
check.
flank this door. Here, I'll go to
Okay.
this side. And you take
Hold on,
my
I get
spot.
to do it twice. I got a 12.
All right. So
I
you're
got-
going to
I
stealth
have
around too?
I think I want to be up where Lee is. So I don't want to go all the way around to the back.
Oh, okay. So that was like... Or Lee or Ollie?
Lee.
Okay. So, you head over to the, so it sounds like 4 of you are moving in stealthily, some more stealthily than others. Diendo, like, people just don't know where you are anymore. You are gone.
You
are like,
never do.
yeah.
Was he
You are-
ever
you-
really here?
The grass is not high here, but somehow it's high enough to conceal Diendo. He is darting from bush to bush, and Diendo, you are now, if you want to be inside the grounds of the Ivy Church, and you, I think, can probably, now that from inside, make out the silhouette of someone kind of perched, just like they're sitting there waiting on the altar.
That's weird. Waiting for whom?
I don't know.
Man, I hope he's not waiting for us.
I'm not going to answer that
Is
question.
there going to be a goblin meeting here shortly, I wonder?
Yeah,
Or he's just
Goblins-
chilling. Is he smoking
Goblins
a pipe?
Anonymous.
Yeah, there's someone, he looks, I'm just going to tell you can only really see his silhouette. He looks, let's just say willowy, and he's smoking a pipe.
All right. I am going to telepathically tell Qyaris, because that's a thing I can do as a ghost something or other halfling. Ghost-wise, halfling.
You're a ghost this whole time? Spoilers.
I'm wise to ghosts.
I see dead people.
it's all of you.
I'm just going to quickly let Qyaris know that that's what's going on in there. There's a dude sitting
All
there
right.
smoking a pipe and waiting for
All right,
somebody.
Qyaris, you are standing at the edge of a ruined, presumably haunted temple in the middle of the night when a voice inside your head tells you, we're not alone.
Yeah, but it speaks like the end of Fat Rabbit.
We're not alone. We're not alone.
No. My telepathic voice is more like, on the quiet storm.
In a world where you are not alone.
I
will
love
make
Diendo's classic Seattle accent. It's great.
I will make a complicated
Toss
series of
salad
hand
and
motions to
scrambled
Lee
eggs.
to like suggest to her that there's someone in there like smoking a pipe.
Like,
Definitely what it looks like.
Lee, it seems like QRS is telling you his favorite story about Sherlock Holmes. So,
interesting.
All right. Well, let's see. What do we want to do this guy?
Do we want?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh man, I have only bad ideas.
do it. Bad ideas are the only ideas.
Okay, so the only light from in here is the pipe, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Which not a lot of light.
Oh, no, it's not close enough though. I was like, use
Ollie-
prestidigitation to snuff out his pipe, but it
Ollie,
only
you
works
can-
within
you-
10 feet.
You can see little like rings of smoke coming up now.
Can disguise self make you a goblin if you're a human?
I believe so. Yeah, it's just got to be the same arrangement of limbs. I think is the main restriction.
So Linnell can, at will, because of his magical warlock ways, use disguise self. So I could go Gobbo. And since he seems to be besties with Gobbos, there could be an opportunity to catch him off guard.
Especially if you pair it with QRS's ability to also be a goblin.
That's
that
true.
something-
I
Yeah,
can do that.
the shapeshifter.
And
you could do.
Diendo is like 80% goblin. So
Especially with that ghost trait.
yeah.
All right, so Linnell and I maybe exchange a nod.
In fact, I can talk to your brain.
Stop! Everybody, stop talking to my brain.
What do you think about becoming a goblin? I know that
Says
you
a
and I both have the
voice in my
ability.
head.
I know
I
you
go
and
for
I both-
considered.
I know you and I both have the ability to disguise our persons. Give me one single nod if you would be on board with this idea. Okay, that was one nod. And poof, Linnell turns into a goblin, and he sort of crinks down in his goblin form.
So
and is ready.
QRS hears in his head, hey, what are you guys talking about?
you wear slightly more theatrical as he sort of like raises a hand, brings it down over his face, and his entire height, everything changes, appearance, voice, etc.
All right.
And
I'm excited to see what's going to happen next.
And then we shall walk in.
walk in.
All right.
Diendo takes a small pouch of popcorn out of his pack.
Yeah.
Can I
all right.
knock an arrow? Is that an extra
Yes.
action? Okay, so yeah.
Yeah. You're going to. Who is that currently aimed at?
Right at the pipe. Right at the.
Oh, you don't want to. The goblins would be easier targets. Just I want to play.
Hey.
just right in, right in a goblin.
No, hey,
right in a
it's
goblin
good. This,
butt, just right there,
Yeah.
just for the laughs.
the safety's on. So All right. QRS and Linnell, you just wander into the Ivy Church. The figure that you are aware of on the altar kind of jumps to his feet. He is kind of holding a crossbow, which he's kind of like, he's not pointing it at you, but he certainly has it in his hands. He has dropped his pipe, and he's looking at you suspiciously.
Hey,
Who are you?
don't you recognize we're from the Goblin clan?
Oh no.
The goblin gang.
Clan.
like-
I said clan. I said clan,
I don't. It felt
and
very
maybe
really-
gang would have been better.
Yeah. It felt a
the
little
one goblin
Lilliputian to
clan.
me, but sure.
Aren't we?
Oh god! Oh wow! Usually you guys make it at least 8 seconds further
Hold on,
before it all
hold on.
falls
Linnell's
apart.
helping. Linnell's helping.
Linnell, save me.
Linnell's helping.
Linnell, save me.
We have good news. We have just discovered another caravan, one that was not planned or told about. We thought we should let you know.
I'm the one who tells you about the caravans.
Yes, that
Where's-
is usually the case, but not
Where's
this time.
Wiggletoes? Who sent you?
Wiggle toes.
Yeah,
We
I
didn't have time to talk to Wiggletoes. We wanted to come directly to you. We thought you should know about this caravan.
Don't talk to my wife. Don't talk about my wife like that.
he is the as yet unnamed elf, but probably Illendor. It looks very nervous. He is kind of waving his crossbow around. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. We had a system. We should not be deviating from the system.
Did you want us to talk to Wiggletoes first? Then the caravan would have already been gone, and they would have got the supplies. We thought we should come to you first.
What caravan? Who runs it?
I don't. Did you want me to stop them and ask them? I thought our job was to just steal things off of the caravan.
It was a
What route is
secret
it on?
caravan from Stephen, the gem merchant, who's tired of getting all his gems stolen.
From Steven or to Steven? Talk fast.
From Stephen, of course.
He starts
Sending
cranking the
gems
crossbow.
to another city.
I don't like it.
If you don't want the
Ollie,
gems, that's fine. That's more for us. Wiggletoes will
Ollie-
be delighted, I'm sure.
Ollie, give me a quick perception check with advantage from your vantage point.
I love that you say give me a quick check and then I take like 20 minutes typing it up.
Magic vetting, editing.
Perception,
Hello,
0.
bootleg.
Okay, there we go.
You can roll twice and take the higher,
Yeah.
but that's pretty good.
Dan and I don't get to roll any persuasion
5.
checks?
I'm liking this vantage point.
Yep. All right. From your vantage point, Ollie, you notice the movement in the underbrush all around the site of the Ivy Church. Seems like there's roughly 10 goblins converging on this location. Only you know this.
How far are they?
Maybe 20 or 30 feet.
They move about that far
In-
in one round of combat, right? About 30 feet.
Yep. Yeah, about.
Okay, so they're going to be on top
All right.
of everybody within this move, correct?
And I would say at this point they just seem to be approaching, not,
Yeah.
attacking.
not at a full clip.
All right. Meanwhile, back in the Ivy Church, who we assume to be Illendor is pacing back and forth, kind of just like, I don't like this. This is not what we agreed to. You're gonna get me killed. This is not worth it. Do you even have my cut from the last caravan? He points the crossbow at you.
Wait, what's his name?
Wiggletoes.
Wiggletoes has it.
Why isn't Wiggletoes here? Wiggletoes is supposed to be here. She's almost late. He says, looking at his watch.
Let's just take a breather here. We tried to tell you what's going on. We came to you because you're the big guy who can help us out with this situation. We thought you'd want to know about the caravan. So we came to you first before we went to talk to Wiggletoes because she's a little too far away right now.
There is movement by the door at the back, and someone says, I'm right here.
Oh, great. Now we're all in trouble.
All right. There are several goblins that have arrived in a perimeter around the sides of the Ivy Church. Diendo, you are completely unseen because of your amazing stealth check. No one is looking up at the top of a statue that would be really hard to climb. So, Ollie, you're pretty safe. That leaves Lee and Thamia, who may or may not be discovered by the goblins. Lee, Thamia, do you want to hide or do something else that would be some kind of check?
Oh. I think I want to hide to see how things go.
All right.
Yeah, same.
Passive perception of a goblin is 9. Give me a stealth check.
Okay, so I have disadvantage on my thing.
On your stealth check, because you're
on
wearing
stealth?
heavy armor.
Yeah, on my stealth check. Yeah.
I'll say
But
it
I
evens out
still-
with you're like hiding behind the
Well,
statue.
because I still have a +1 with it, so
You just
Just
roll
roll
twice
it
and
normally.
take normally if you had
Okay.
disadvantage, you would roll twice and take the lower.
right.
Just roll once, I'd say.
Okay, an 11.
Okay.
I got 10.
All right. Thankfully, the goblins do not expect there to be a bunch more people here. So, one goblin, a goblin woman, has strode into the into the Ivy Church and is looking very confused to see an elven ranger and 2 other goblins. She looks at Linnell and Cuaris and says, "Who are you 2?" And Illendor says, "They're not with you?"
I would like to immediately cast dissonant whispers on the goblin queen lady.
Okay.
So let's see. The target must make a wisdom saving throw and beat 12.
Let's see. Wisdom saving throw. I have rolled a 12. A goblin's wisdom is -1, so it's an 11.
On a failed save, it takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction if available to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
Wow.
All
The
right.
creature doesn't move into dangerous ground. Yeah, that's it. So let me roll 3d6. And that is... Come on. 11 damage, and get on out of here, Wiggletoes.
All right. Wiggletoes collapses to the ground, grabbing her head, screaming in agony as dissonant whispers take her out. You should all roll initiative.
Oh, she died.
Yeah.
Those are some
Oh,
hardcore
God,
whispers,
she
dude.
died?
You just dissonantly whispered her to death.
Okay, that's
Wait, so
wild.
how does anybody around us know that was Linnell's fault?
All they know is that their leader just died screaming.
Well, shouldn't
so
they
they're
be
going
like
to
descending on her, trying to see what's going on instead of
Yeah,
suddenly
well-
fighting us?
Yeah, they're going to do that in initiative order.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I don't think I'm on the initiative thingy.
Nope.
All right, sorry
I
about that.
am-
Wait, how do I? Okay.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, wait, 19 plus 2.
Dude, you're on fire with the rolls today.
Yeah, I'm doing
Yeah.
pretty good because.
Don't jinx it.
Well, it's okay. I've been screwing everything else up, so something's got to go.
That's the spirit.
Guy, you should be able to click on the number next to Ollie in the turn order window and just type
Oh, nice, awesome.
your new entry there.
Sometimes it takes a couple of
Thank you.
like you've got to do it a couple of
Clicks,
times.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Wacky, but cool. That's awesome.
Let me turn on.
I guess we didn't spend any time before encountering these people trying to decide if we were going to capture anybody or just murder everybody.
Correct.
No, and we also
Yep.
didn't do any healing.
Oh, I feel
Correct.
like we could do non-lethal damage on Illindur when the time comes.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Nope.
I'm trying to figure out if I shoot
I'm-
him in the face or.
And I will assume, I'm going to just say Wiggletoes has been mentally incapacitated.
Yeah. Okay.
How's that?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it was not Linnell's intention to kill.
Yeah. All right. So let me just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So there are 10 goblins all around the perimeter of the Ivy Church. They may or may not be aware of all of you, though Linnell and Kiaris are disguised as people they don't recognize. I guess Illindor gets to go too, huh? Why not?
I guess.
Didn't have a name.
Nah.
Just all right. Where's my stat block for him? There it is.
Diswissonant purr.
All right. Everyone's in there. Everyone, I'm going to sort you. So, Ali, you will be first, followed by Ilindar, followed by Goblins, followed by Thamia, Diendo, and Kiaris both rolled 8s, Lee and Linnell. So, Ollie, you're up on your statue. You've got an arrow knocked. You know exactly where Ilindar is, but you also know where a variety of other targets are around the site.
Okay, I'm gonna
So-
take it on my own initiative to try to keep the goblins away from the main group here, and I'm gonna
All right.
select this. I'm gonna fire at this goblin to the furthest lower right here. I'm not sure if I can show you.
Like that.
You sh-
That
that
guy.
guy.
You click and hold.
Oh.
All right, that guy. All right, you know from your previous adventures, goblins have armor class of 15, so they're a little tough to hit, and they have less than 10 hit points. So
Yeah.
So for some of your better attacks, the goblins will just go down in one hit.
Yeah.
So,
that's
roll
kinda
an
what I'm
attack.
looking for. Okay, so roll an attack with 1d20 plus 6 for my longbow, right?
Mm-hmm.
18.
All right, your arrow flies through the night. A goblin who's just kind of standing around being like, what's going on with my boss? Gets an arrow in the neck for how much damage?
1d8 plus 2. 5. Oops.
Okay, for a significant amount of damage. That goblin he's got his hands on his neck as a decent amount of goblin blood is spurting onto the moss around him. He's very badly hurt. All right. Illendor is next. He is freaking out because the only person he knew has hit the ground. He is looking around. Let's see. He's going to fire 2 crossbow attacks at... I think he's just going to go for Linnell and Kyoyaris, the mysterious goblins he does not care for. So... Kyoyaris, 9 versus AC, not very intimidating. Linnell, 10 versus AC. So he is just like firing crossbow bolts left and right without doing any hits. Let's see. He is going to use a bonus action to hide behind the altar. You are not sure entirely where he is. I don't think any of you have line of sight on him. He has a cunning action that he is taking.
I should be able to see him from here.
Diendo, you probably see him from where you are.
I would like...
He does,
well, okay, for my turn.
He attempts to hide from people that he can see and not people that he can't see. All right. So, the goblins are next. There are 10 goblins, and they are not sure what to do. This goblin is going to... He takes his little short bow and fires an arrow up at Ollie on the statue because, you hit him in the neck. Wow, he rolled really good. 20.
Wow.
Yeah.
5 piercing damage as an arrow hits you in the leg.
Yikes.
All right.
I hate
These goblins are running over here. I think they're just going to basically do a double move, and they're goblins with scimitars. I don't think they've noticed Lee, but they are coming in behind Linnell and Kyoyaris. And as well, all of these guys are going to do this. So they just kind of pour into the area here. Let's see. 2. And he's coming up way behind. Okay. 2 of them are going to take short bow attacks at Linnell and Kyoyaris. While the other ones are basically trying to get in at you with their scimitars out, but they're unaware of you. And Diendo, they're basically goblins just kind of running past your hiding spot, completely oblivious to you in the shadows and the rubble.
I'm still eating my popcorn.
Yep. Linnell, 14?
No.
Kyoyaris, critical.
I'm going to expend a bardic inspiration to use cutting words.
What does that do?
It means I can subtract a number from their attack roll.
Doesn't a crit hit regardless?
Oh, does a crit hit regardless?
Probably. Or it would be still very high,
I would
right?
have to take it off, and my inspiration is only a d6, isn't it?
If a crit hits in the woods.
I wouldn't do that right now.
Yep, that seems like a bad idea. Never mind.
All right. An arrow glances your face for 10 piercing damage.
Yikes. Glances for 10? That's half my hit points.
Yeah, it's your face. Do you know how much blood is in your face? Like most of it. I'm not a doctor. All right. Thamia, you are still cloaked in the shadows of the statue. There's several goblins that have basically run past your hiding place and are converging behind your friends.
Yeah, I'm going to come here and attack this one right there.
All right, the goblin swings around to see a Goliath closing with him. Diendo is next. You are expertly hidden in the rubble. There are many goblins converging into the Ivy Church around you.
Yeah, I don't love this situation because we did not have a long rest, and I have all of 9 hit points and no hit dice. So, surrounded by goblins is not great for me right now.
You are surrounded by goblins. They don't know they're surrounding you, but there are basically 6 goblins encircling you in the rubble.
To continue to be hidden until they get past my position. What I will do is I would like to paint a word picture for Cuaris, describing to him where Ilindar is hiding behind the altar there via telepathy, just to give him some sort of an idea of where he might,
All right.
be lurking. And then I'm going to continue to stay hidden, but I would like to ready an action if all of the goblins that are sort of around me pass my position. I would like to punch the last one in the butt as he goes by.
All right.
On brand.
Yeah. Dando, please gain inspiration. Cuyaris, you are next. You get a message from Dando that's like, there's this guy and he's behind the altar. See? I'm a gangster. See?
That's quite a word picture.
So I can't target him because I can't see him, but I know where he is.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you? Do you want to do a quick perception check with advantage from the quality of the word picture you have been painted?
Sure.
This guy, and he's behind the altar. That's
Well, one of those was a critical.
All right. So, you think you know where he is. I don't think you have line of sight because he is behind the altar, but you know where he is.
Can I
How's that?
hit him with a vicious mockery if I can't see him?
I don't know.
you
That's
need
a question
line of
for you and your bard.
Hey, Ilindar! Your name's stupid.
hey, look for your go bag, dummy.
Yeah,
Ooh.
shouldn't you go with your bag?
Is this what it actually is, or
No, this is-
you're buying time for the good one?
I'm just riffing.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually going to move around until I'm sure I can see him. Like if I sort of
All right.
over here, can I get a glimpse of him?
All right, you run across the mossy ruins of the Ivy Church and spot Illinder hiding behind the altar. It looks like he is looking through some kind of compartment underneath the altar.
I got a rock.
Ilindar, your plan was ill-informed.
Oh no,
That was worth waiting for.
no, it
All
wasn't.
right. Is Illindor
Wisdom
rolling
saving
a
throw?
5?
Nope.
All right, what happens to him?
He takes some psychic damage, 4 psychic damage, and he has disadvantage on his next attack before the end of his next turn.
All right.
I can only see Linnell and Diendo. Linnell, you didn't take any damage, right?
No.
Okay. Ollie did, but I can't see Ollie. So I'll hold off on
All right.
anything else for the moment.
Yeah, I'm in some serious pain.
Wow.
Lee, you are by the entryway to the Ivy Church. There's several goblin bodies here. You see many goblins on kind of the far side of the church from you. There's also one wounded goblin that you know is way off to your right, firing arrows up at Ollie.
Wait, sorry, what does
Well,
that skull mean again on Illinder?
That he has disadvantage because he's
Okay.
been.
Viciously mocked.
what is my movement? 40. Okay.
You're a monk. You're fast.
Yep, I'm gonna, you know me, I'm gonna stagger and weave my way toward this person who's
Mm-hmm.
targeting
Just
Ollie.
just a hypothetical question.
Yeah.
Are you checking the ground for bear traps?
Of course I am.
All right. So you stagger through the darkness and suddenly find yourself face to face with a badly wounded goblin. There's like just a lot of blood coming out of his neck.
Okay. I like that. I like that about you. Unfortunately, I rolled
My neck.
Let's hang out while you die.
right. Yeah. I rolled a 10 to hit with my quarterstaff. So
Somehow he stumbles out of the way. He slips in a pool of his own blood and nimbly ducks over your staff.
And so I noticed that that's not working, so I'm gonna go in with my fists and
All right.
try again. That's 11. So I'm going to I'm gonna spend a key point,
Okay.
and I am going to. Sorry, I forget which thing I get to do with the key point. I think it's flurry of blows, right? Yeah, so I can make 2 unarmed strikes now.
All right.
The first one is crit.
All right.
Nice.
Please describe to us how you murder him.
That wound in his neck.
Oh no, not that wound.
I'm gonna punch it so it hurts
Oh.
even more, and then I'm just gonna punch him in the face.
All right, you punch him in his neck hole, and then you punch him in his face. He screams as he topples off the hill. Ah, my neck! Which is it's honestly it's impressive how coherent he is given the amount of holes in his neck. All right, you have punched a goblin to death.
Okay, and then I'm gonna I use most of my move, but I'm gonna go back a square just so I'm a little bit closer to
All right.
everything else.
Linnell, you are just inside the Ivy Church, still disguised as a goblin, as other goblins pour through a large opening in the wall on the other side of the ruined church.
Yes. I think what Linnell is going to do is make sure. Yeah. Okay. So I can see Ilinder from here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, given that, then Linnell speaks into Ilinder's mind. Tell me your birthstone, and I promise to make this less painful for you.
Weird flex, but okay.
Really strange.
Ruby! Yells somebody from behind the altar.
Yeah.
Ruby?
He's
Yeah.
horrible during
All right,
dates, by the
thank
way.
you. Good to know. And then Linnell, now that that's been taken care of,
Oh, the suspense.
sorry, I don't want to kill.
He says so contemplatively. I just don't want.
You're
to-
a
I don't wanna
warlock,
kill
not
anymore.
a friend lock.
That's true. So I point at one creature I can see within range.
You got a
Ilinder.
lot of creatures. There's Ilinder,
And-
there's goblins, there's Kuraris.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna leave it.
Actually, yeah,
okay,
you're gonna
folks.
hit QRS. Like, what?
No, folks.
Commit to the goblin bit, yeah?
Do you think I should hit Ilinder after I've tried to intimidate him, or should I go for one of these gobos? Like, do we want to keep trying to hurt Ilinder, or are we
I
trying
feel
to
like
keep him alive?
we would like to talk to Ilindar. Seems
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's how
we
I'm
want to
feeling, too.
interrogate Ilan. Yeah, are we
Okay,
allowed to have
so-
this kind of conversation outside of character? Because we should definitely be talking to that guy and killing all of the dumb goblins. That's
Yeah, you can do
That-
non-lethal non-lethal damage on Ilindar if you're not going to be firing an arrow at him.
Each of these goblins has a deep, rich backstory. They each have a name.
yeah, yeah.
Tell me
Yeah,
about the
Tony?
families.
Yeah, Tony? Yeah, Tony?
Yeah.
What's
No.
this guy's name?
Don't tell me about their family.
Wait,
Tell me about
whoa,
this guy. Tell me about the
Hold
guy
on,
named Goblins.
That guy?
No,
That
the
guy's
guy
name-
named Goblins. It says
Yeah.
his name. Goblins.
Yeah. That guy is named Top Hat. That's with a hyphen. He has that name. It's
Wait,
kind of a
where's the
nickname.
hyphen?
With Top hyphen Hat.
Oh,
He is known
not
because
where I
he
was expecting it.
he wears
toe fat.
Tophat.
no, it's not
Yeah.
Tophat.
He's
He has
Wiggletoes' younger
ancient-
brother.
He
Tophat.
Wiggletoes' his younger brother. He's known because in one of his early scavenging runs, he found a fine silk top hat which he wears proudly into battle. Next
Beautiful.
goblin. All right, who else do
The
you want
one
to know,
the
Dan?
left of Diendo, please.
The
Who's
one to
that?
the left. Oh, that is totally Spikefoot.
Okay.
He's known for that because he stepped on a foot. He stepped with his spike.
Nope. Step
Nope,
on a
no.
foot. Step
No.
on a foot.
No, he stepped on a
Foot of
spike.
barbed wire.
Yeah, he stepped on barbed wire
Team
with
bear
his
trap.
foot.
Elevor
All right,
points.
hold on.
at-
Other goblins. You got Streak.
I just said Elevor anyway. So
Yeah, other goblin names: Streak,
I
Stain,
don't want to know about
Sleets,
Streak.
Glug,
Stain.
Yellowfoot.
Nope.
Move it in.
Not about- Yellowfoot
Strutz.
and Spikefoot. Does that not get confusing?
They're cousins. Grievax, Chucks, Chipper, and Krosnard. There you go.
Krosnar.
Well, the last one is actually called Mass Grave. So
Linnell
right.
It's pronounced
points
Mosgrave.
at
Moss. Yeah.
Spikefoot.
You know what? I liked Krosnar a lot better when he was hanging out with Stills and Nash.
They're the
Wait, they
best
aren't
goblin
here,
band.
are they? Those were the two guys we killed already, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't have a list of goblin names.
Somebody Googled goblin names.
I mean, all
It's
you
in
had
the
to do is
adventure.
look at his
It's a
walls
fantastic
where it's
adventure.
scrawled in various bodily fluids, goblin names on every surface.
The life of a dungeon master is
That's
majestic. All right, Linnell, we stalled. We bought you a lot of time to figure out what you're doing.
Yeah, Linnell points at Spikefoot, and the sound of a dolorous bell fills the air around said Spikefoot. Can the target succeed on a wisdom saving throw?
Probably not. Oh, except he rolled a critical success. Spikefoot
Okay.
has seen a thing or two. He is a wise, seasoned, though in his youth he did step on a spike with his foot. He
Unless
has
he
recovered.
has a -8 wisdom.
not- he
I
does
think
not.
He's going to save.
You know, he
This
recovered
is not
from that.
his first dolorous bell.
He is recovered from the tetanus, and he is a seasoned goblin warrior, and he says that bell is magic, kids. It's dolorous, but it's bad. There's a warlock here. Kill him.
Well, he takes 1d8 necrotic damage.
What? He
2
succeeded.
Necrotic damage.
All right. Well,
that's-
his ears bleed.
if he hadn't succeeded, he would have taken 1d12.
All right. Wow. That was great. Ollie, you are up on a statue. There are a variety of goblins running around inside the ruins of the church.
Yeah. Anybody ranged?
Some of them, I would say there are ones with bows, but they're on the other side of the church, so I don't think you can see them.
Yeah. Okay, so the guys inside the church sort of surrounding Diendo. Like
Yeah,
this guy.
they all have scimitars and they're looking for targets.
Okay. I am going to
That's Top Hat, I believe, that you've targeted
I'm going
there.
to shoot Mr. Hat in the face.
Please,
What
Mr.
for-
Hat was my
hyphenated,
father.
sorry.
It's
I thought
hyphen.
it was-
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Call me Top.
I forgot. From the ancient goblin families, Top and Hat
Yes.
finally coming together in
Yeah.
one great giant kingdom.
They rejoiced. It was wonderful.
Yes.
It
Beautiful.
was. It was a beautiful wedding
Yeah.
under the ground. I'm going to shoot him in the face.
You're going to
Right
shoot Mr. Hat?
just below the top hat.
Mm.
And to do that, I guess I'm going to have to roll some dice here.
Yep, traditionally.
D20 plus 6 for my longbow. 12. Not enough.
Does not make it. He ducks, the arrow catches the Top Hat, and he says, "My hat!" All right.
So I de-hatted
My
him.
cabbages!
I feel pretty good about taking his hat off. Now, this is what you get when you give us rich backstories.
Yeah, now you guys are
Now we're invested.
You're invested in the murder. All right. Illandor is
Oh, wait,
next.
Sorry, I want to take my bonus action and do my regeneration power thing.
Okay.
It's called Second Wind.
Second wind. I was like, okay, regeneration makes it sound more fancy than it
Oh,
is.
you haven't heard about regeneration?
Instead,
Well,
you just
sorry.
decided to breathe more. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
all right.
Let me just check. Wait, let me just check what the numbers are. 1d10 plus 2. Second wind, 12.
Wow, Max.
Not bad.
Nice.
All right. Illandor is next. Illandor is behind the altar. He pops up. He's firing crossbow shots wildly in the direction of Kuyaris, but he has disadvantage because Kuyaris hurt his feelings.
True.
Nope. And 15?
15 is my armor class.
You do have, can you inspire?
Yeah, that would be a good time to do it, I guess.
You have already been shot in the face.
Yep, I will use my cutting words, which means roll a d6 and subtract that from his roll, which is a 6. So yeah, now that's
All
how I'm
right.
gonna do it.
All right, he's peppering the area around you with wild crossbow shots, but none of them are connecting. He is also scrounging behind the altar and looks confused and frustrated at Diendo.
It's a
So-
little anticlimactic. All you had to do was successfully roll a die and you escaped.
Yeah. All right. The goblins are next. I'm going to say that several of the goblins are going to kind of basically hang out in the they're going to use the ruins as cover and fire into the church. That seems like a thing to do.
Jeez.
Yeah, they're going to fire, and I think right now they only see their targets are Linnell and Kuyaris. So
Cool beans, but we look like friendly goblins.
Linnell, critical and 21.
Ouch.
Wow.
Yeah, those do hit.
Those
yes.
hit. All right. Let's
Are
see.
you still standing? That's crazy.
Well, you're gonna take 12 damage from the first one. That one
question.
Yeah.
When does Linnell get to do a reaction to a thing that causes him pain?
I guess
One
now.
reaction,
Yep.
which you take in response to being damaged.
Yep.
That just happened. You just took 12 damage.
So
Do you
then
explode? Is that what's gonna happen?
I wish. I point my finger at the creature that damaged me, and it is momentarily surrounded by hellish flames.
What?
Oh,
Okay.
Creature must make a dexterity saving throw of 12.
All right. Well, goblins are somewhat dexterous. It rolled slightly higher than 12.
Okay, so it takes 1d10. Wait, so it says it takes 2d10 fire damage on a failed save or half as much. Does that mean 1d10 or does it mean I roll 2d10?
Roll
and you
2d10
take
and then half it.
Okay, so slash.
Man, you gotta love those gizmos where you can't fail.
Yeah.
Okay, so 4 damage.
All right. So that guy plugs you in the side with a really good arrow, and then you look at him, Linnell. He is consumed by fire and just ignites and
That
dies.
was painful.
Yeah. All right.
How did they die? That was 4 damage. Do they have 10?
Oh, ha ha ha. Half of 8 or
Yeah, half of it.
Wants
half
to die.
of 8.
Whose side are
Wants
you
to
on?
die.
He wants
Sorry,
to die.
It's not that
Ollie's such a
No, no, I
narc.
get it, guy. Yeah.
I just don't want to cheat. That's all.
All right.
Call me crazy.
You're crazy.
Linnell, the next arrow catches you in the leg for 5 piercing damage. Are you still up?
Okay, so it was 12 first and then 5.
Yep.
Okay. That's going to be -6 currently. So, and that's I'm not fully dead. I have not reached the complete opposite. So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
down.
That's not
All right. Q Yaris, 2 more shots coming toward you. An 8 and a 21.
Oh, that 21's
Wow.
gonna hit.
All right, 5 damage. Let's see. Well, I think the downside here is they're not being presented with a lot of targets. So, they are going to pour in, and I think they're just both going to go for QRS.
Man.
Well, Linnell is unconscious, so he's less of a target.
Oh yeah, no, I get that. It's mostly that
Yeah.
was just, oh man, I'm being attacked by goblins. Not oh man,
You do
they're not
have-
attacking my unconscious friend.
You do have like 6 goblins attacking you. All right, these goblins are converging on you with scimitars.
Usually
QRS.
Q Iris, very dignified, yells, "Help!"
All right, critical fail and 12.
Nope.
All right, they're swinging. One of them trips over Linnell's unconscious form. Thamia, there seems to be a big fight happening in the church, and you're missing it.
I got it. I got you. All right. I'm going to start with this
finally.
one.
Oh, need the big guns.
Yes, Thamia comes running.
For the great
got
taste of Chuckwagon.
an 11 to hit.
11 will not hit. They've got an
right.
armor class 15.
Okay. So I'm going to swing with my hand axe instead. I forgot where. 18 plus 5.
Oh, this
Okay,
so
good.
yeah.
23.
You catch this goblin right between the shoulder blades as he's trying to murder Kyoyaris.
I think that's a crit. 6 plus 3, so 9 damage.
The goblin doesn't even know what murdered him. All right. Anything else, Thamia?
I mean, I'll pull out my third arm that also
Yeah.
has a hand axe. No. Okay, fine. That's my turn.
All right. Diendo, you still find yourself kind of hiding in the rocks. Little do you know that you're basically hiding in the cover of the ruins that the goblin archers are using to pepper your friends with arrows.
Do I not know that? I should know that. I've been watching him get peppered.
I guess you know, yeah. Little did you know that your hiding spot would be also where all the goblins would cluster.
I see. All right. So
This is, if you have a power that murders 5 goblins, I think this is the time to use it.
I do not have that power, but I do.
You don't have the monk power 5 goblin step?
Afraid not.
Spinning goblin kick?
No, don't got that one either.
Okay. Crouching tiger, murdered goblin?
Not yet.
Call
Okay.
yourself
Great
a
movie,
monk.
though.
I think that's a
Great
level
movie.
3 power.
How about Die Hard? Can you do Die Hard?
Yeah.
I'm wondering to what extent I can maneuver myself around here while remaining unseen. Like, I'd love to get into a position where I could hit 2 of these guys, if possible.
Give me a quick stealth check.
Sure, why not? It's an 18.
That's really good. Let's say that you know, in the fray of battle, you find your moment and basically position yourself behind. You want to go for the ones kind of right near you.
I'd kind of like to crawl between this one dude's legs and get behind him
Indeed, you do.
so that I'm right there.
You are suddenly behind. You have a great like perspective of the archers like knocking their arrows and like lining up shots on your friends.
All right. Well, then I'm going to start off by jamming a spear into this goblin whose legs I just went underneath.
Yep.
And I will follow it up with a flurry of blows. We'll see how many of those I need. So the guy directly to my west. Oh, hang on. That rolled away.
That's exciting.
Oh, it's a 1, which fortunately, as a halfling, I can re-roll.
You're lucky.
Because I'm lucky that way. That is what is my, that's a 17 versus
That'll
OC.
do it. You spear him in the back.
In the butt.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's
one might say.
part of the back, really. That does 7 damage.
You spear him and he collapses.
Like it.
His friend is like, "What's going on?"
I'll tell you what's going on. I'm going to kick you in the head twice with my flurry of blows. So that's 2 unarmed strikes coming his way. Oh, wait. 1 rolled off the table. One of them, however, is a 20.
All right, you punch him in the head for if it's a natural 20 or
it's
modified 20.
It's a modified 20. The other one's a 12, so that's probably a miss.
All right, you punch him in the side of the head for
5 points of damage.
He is severely wounded.
Good.
All right.
Good. Excellent.
And now I'm exposed for all to see, which is not
all
good.
right.
So if you all could mop up these goblins before my next turn, or for the goblins' next turn.
All right, Yaris, you are in the middle of the church. Linnell is lying on the ground on the cold stone next to you, bleeding out. He's got several arrows stuck in him.
On the floor.
There's also a goblin trying to murder you with a scimitar, and a paranoid, delusional elf ranger hiding behind an altar.
So I assume maybe this
Saturdays, am I right?
this goblin in front of
Saturday
me who was so
nights.
intent upon killing, like me as a cringing goblin, might have been briefly distracted as Thamia murdered his friend, and in that moment, I will take the opportunity to deftly produce my rapier and stab him through the gut.
All right.
Oop, I don't know. I had advantage on, but I think either of those probably hit. So,
Yep.
apparently 6 damage.
He is badly wounded.
I will use a bonus action to use Healing Word on Linnell, who will get 4 plus 3. Seven hit points.
That's
All
from
right.
0,
From
right?
0.
Indeedy.
Yay.
All right. Lee, you are outside the Ivy Church. You see your friend Diendo has popped up and is fighting some of the goblin archers. You have a variety of directions you could go to find a fight.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just measuring the entire map right now. All right, so I'm gonna run over here.
You figure we might fix this place up. Want to put in
get
some
some
curtains? Yeah, this could be your new base headquarters.
Order some IKEA furniture. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Watch out for bear traps.
I'm gonna run over, carefully checking the ground for bear traps.
Good.
Run over next to Diendo, and I actually think I want to be kind of in the same square as the deceased goblin.
Goblins!
Goblins! And I'm going to pull up Dice by Peacalc. I haven't done my requisite
Dice by
plug
PCAL.
this
The
episode.
finest dice PCAL can bring you.
Dice by PCAL, the best export from Scotland. Take that, Scotch.
More delicious than a deep fried haggis.
Certainly better at generating random numbers than a sheep.
That's a 16.
Hey, at least
That's
it's not
really smart sheep.
bagpipes.
All right, you punch this badly wounded goblin in the head.
7 points of damage.
That's unnecessary.
Yeah, well.
He collapses.
And then I'm gonna take a step and I'm going to do my unarmed strike.
This one is also badly wounded because he has seen visions of hellfire.
Well, I hit with 18 for 9 points of damage.
That would have killed a healthy goblin, not a goblin who has seen the gates of hell firsthand.
And I'm out of movement, or I would use a key point to hit someone else, but I can't do that.
All right, thanks to the harsh work of the monks and of Thamia, the goblin marauders have been decimated. I see 3 remaining goblins on my map, and one of them is badly wounded by a rapier to the gut from Cuaris. Linnell, you gasp air. You have 7 hit points. You are on the ground. There's still a goblin nearby fighting your friends. Also, Ilendar is hanging out behind an altar, reloading his crossbow.
Okay. If I stand up, that's my move action. But
It's
not
half
my-
of your move.
Okay. Linnell will stand, and then Linnell will 13 to hit that gobbo.
You need a little bit more than that. Sorry.
Son of a biscuit. Okay.
Yep. Let's see.
Wait, let me see if I have any bonus actions. Okay.
Oh, okay. Nope.
Wait.
Oh.
What? What does that mean? Hold on one sec. Sorry.
Murder all goblins by looking at them, it says.
Yeah. Yeah. How did you know?
Your pact with the Dark One is extended another 8 years, but all goblins die. All goblins, everywhere, in all adventures.
That's a Star Trek: The Next Generation reference, and I appreciate it.
Okay. Okay.
Dissonant
Gotcha.
whispers.
Never mind.
All right.
We're good.
Oli, you are still on top of the statue, firing arrows mercilessly upon the goblins. I would say at this point, there's one badly wounded one you've got a shot on. I think the other 2 are probably not. If you have a shot on them, it's with disadvantage.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
And I'm shooting Ilendar. I was kind of hoping the damaged goblin would die, and then I would just rush Ilendar.
Yeah, I was hoping that too. Didn't happen.
That did not happen. So I'm not firing at disadvantage to this wounded guy, am I?
Nope.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna do the same thing as every day. Shoot goblins in the head.
Yeah. Hey, have you lost the joy of shooting arrows into unsuspecting?
No, I really enjoy it. I just
unsuspecting woodland
that
creatures.
every now and then somebody
feeling.
gets lucky and
Yeah.
damages me, but mostly I'm fine. Okay, I'm gonna. Well, you know which one I'm gonna kill.
Yep.
So or aim at least. D20 plus 6. What?
Oh dear.
He rolled a 2. The arrow clatters across the stone floor of the church without finding a target.
I am going to take my action surge. Which
Oh.
is a fighter thing to do. Which gives
Nice.
me another action. Now, legals. Does that have to be an action, or can I do a second attack?
Second attack is an action.
Yep, that's right.
Okay, so I'm all good. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
That's exactly what Action Surge is for.
10, still not as good.
Okay, another arrow fires from the darkness into the church, but fails to hit a target.
Wait, I almost got it, says a voice from the darkness.
Yeah.
I'm triangulating.
Ow, my leg, says Diendo.
Oh no.
No, not from that, just from something else. It was a coincidence.
I stubbed my toe
I stepped in another bear trap.
on a dead goblin. These things are pointy.
I started strong, but man, this has not been great recently. Anyway,
It's hard. All right.
That's all.
Ilendar is next. Things don't look good for him.
wait, I need to. Action surge.
He considered surrendering and currying favor with the adventurers.
I think he's thinking about running. I think he's really
Get
thinking
that go
about
bag.
running.
Get that go bag.
All right, Illander grabs a bunch of stuff from under the altar.
I just want to think that the bag is so heavy he grabs it and it's just like,
Hey guys, you know what? That would have been a great place to put a bear trap. I'm just saying.
Dang it.
Illander grabs something from under the altar, runs for a hole in the side of the Ivy Church, and heads south behind the wall. He has escaped the Ivy Church, and he's put some distance between himself, the goblins, and Cuaris, and Thamia and Linnell. However, I don't think he knew that there were two monks waiting outside the church. So he is.
That's what we do.
He is there. He probably briefly looks at you and heads south.
Hey, dude.
All right. Goblins are next. Well, the goblins have seen their friends murdered there, so they are going to close in and attempt to attack these monks. You guys don't look that tough. You're not using, scimitars or anything. So, and you know what? Elendor is going to attempt to hide. He's not very successful. Lee, scimitar attack coming for you. That is a 7. Diendo, scimitar attack coming for you. That's much better. That is an 18.
That will hit.
5 damage as he clips you with his horrible curved rusty blade.
Ow, my leg!
This other goblin is frenzied. He is bleeding out. Linnell is there, Cuaris is there, and Thamia is there. Cuaris did a lot of damage to him, but Thamia is a big Goliath. I think I'm going to roll a d3 and see which of you is going to get hit. 1 is Linnell, 2 is Cuaris, 3 is Thamia, 4 I'll reroll. I rolled a 1. He stabs at Linnell. Linnell, critical fail. He just swings wildly, and you calmly take a step out of the way. All right, Thamia.
All right, I'm going for this goblin that is the luckiest goblin in the land.
I don't think he's that lucky. He's surrounded by 3 of you.
No.
All of his friends are dead. Top Hat is, no more. Yeah.
12?
12 does not hit. Goblins, armor class 15. They're tough. They got leather armor. They got little,
right.
I assume they have little kind of ridiculous looking little shields.
Okay, send me all the luck, y'all. Hitting with my hand axe.
Good luck.
That does not hit.
All right. Diendo, you are on the outside of the Ivy Church, standing with your friend Lee. You have been engaged by a pair of goblins. Illendor has run past you.
So he has. What to do? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a key point to perform Step of the Wind, which allows me to disengage as a bonus action. And my jump distance is doubled for this turn. And so I'm going to
jump anywhere?
Step away from this fellow, and I'm going to leap onto Illendar's shoulders and
Oh,
try
no.
to grapple him.
All right.
What could go wrong?
I see nothing here. Do you want to ask him his birthstone before you land on him?
No. I'll
My
find
friend
it when I
wants
rifle
to
through his
know,
corpse.
what's your birthstone?
What's your death stone?
Yeah. Peridot! Oh no! I shouldn't have told you that.
So I imagine I need to roll something for...
I think so. I think you're trying to grapple him, right?
Yeah.
All right.
What
Roll
is-
something.
What is that?
According to the D&D Quick Reference Guide, a grapple is an attempt to grab a creature or wrestle with it. You can use the attack action to make a special melee attack, a grapple. If you're able to make multiple, blah, blah, blah. You seize the target by making a grapple check, a athletics contested by the target's athletics or acrobatics check.
Oh, athletics, you say, huh?
Yeah. You are also like the tiniest man in the world, and you were trying to stop an elf.
Yeah, but that's got to be freaky as hell, right?
Yeah,
You can still put him in a headlock.
I will also say, you know what, Steve? Because you have double jump.
Yeah.
You and you came from the sky. Why don't you take advantage on that
this
that athletic
This
check?
little 3-foot dude just jumped 40 feet
Yeah,
onto his head.
I kind of picture you like got like
Death
like it's
from
like
above.
like it's a toddler. Like it's a
You'll
toddler
never
with
guess
his
what that is.
Legs.
That's a 1.
Yeah.
Fortunately, as a halfling, I'm lucky.
Yay!
So I'm going to re-roll that one, and I'm going to take advantage. Oh, and that's a natural 20. I like that
Oh,
better.
what
Nice.
a
So
reversal
21
of
with my
fortune.
modifier for
All right.
athletics.
He rolled a 9. So you land on him, grabbing him. Its speed is set to
I'm just
0.
like whapping
and
him on the head.
yeah, and he's grappled. All right. He drops several bear traps he was carrying.
Oh, no.
Well, they don't open. They're just, you don't walk around with an open. That's like running with scissors. You would never do that. That would be
It's
really
like an open
bad.
container.
I,
Don't do that.
I pick up the bear traps.
Okay. Diendo, I think that's probably your turn.
I assume that's an action to try and jump
Yeah.
on and grapple him. So,
All right.
all right.
Yaris, you're next. There's one luckiest goblin ever standing next to you.
Is a goblin's AC better than 12?
It is. We've talked about this, Dan. All right. Yaris, anything else?
Linnell and Thamia, how you guys doing?
I'm fine.
I'm okay. I mean, if you have some health you wanna send my way, he would not be upset by it.
You have more than 6 hit points.
I do.
Okay, I'm gonna heal myself.
Then yes, heal yourself.
Please do.
All right. What is their AC again? Is it 13?
15.
15. Jeez,
15.
yeah, these guys are hard to hit, aren't they? Okay, I will take 5 hit points back. And I guess that is my turn.
All right. Lee, your friend Diendo has abandoned you with 2 goblins.
What a jerk.
She can
Wow, he
handle
ran
it.
off with 2 goblins?
She's a monk.
Okay,
I know
I'm
what
gonna
she's capable of.
I'm gonna try to hit the goblin in front of me. I rolled a 16 to hit with my quarterstaff.
Good job.
And it's a d6. That's 9.
All right. You knock him off his feet, and he lands with a satisfying crunch.
Oh, that is grossly satisfying. What do we have? What enemies are currently alive? There's
one goblin next to you that was fighting you and Diendo, and then there's one very badly wounded goblin in the middle of the whole fight.
okay, so I'm gonna take a step over to hit this other
Yeah.
goblin with an unarmed strike. That one really, it just kept rolling. So that's a 15 on the die.
That'll hit.
Unarmed strike is a d4. So that's 5 points of damage.
Badly wounded.
I think I'm going to go ahead and use another key point to hit him again.
All right, do
So
it.
that gives me
Hit him again.
two more attacks. Oh, first one is a 19.
Yep.
It gives you one more attack.
I thought I got 2 unarmed strikes with the key point.
It's your bonus action when you take the key point, and the unarmed strike by itself would also be a bonus action, so you can only have one.
Got
of
it.
them.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's 6. So he's down anyway.
Nicely
All
done.
right. You have crushed 2 goblins in one turn. Linnell, you are back. Oh, sorry, Lee.
Really quick,
continue.
I'm just gonna move over here next to Elendar and just to make sure he doesn't run away further.
Hug him.
All right. There's now two somewhat diminutive monks. I mean, you're an air genasi. You're not. You're just.
I'm
you
not.
know.
Yeah, I'm not.
You're very lightweight, but you're not. You're still. You have mass, I guess. But you float.
Theoretically.
Yeah, two monks clinging to a willowy elf. It's kind of the saddest fight ever. No. All right. Meanwhile, back in the Ivy Church, Linnell, you were badly wounded. There is one pitiful goblin standing next to you.
I'm gonna try
Come on.
again.
You got this.
Oh wow!
Wait.
You don't got this.
He does not have
Do
it.
you?
Oh
Okay.
wait, I roll with. I have inspiration.
You gonna use
I was
it?
gonna use. Yeah.
Do it.
And
Still not enough. Is
Still
it?
not enough.
Okay. Yes.
Aline, do you remember? I mean, I should look at words. I'm wording real good.
Mm-hmm.
There's. Hold on.
a thing as a fighter that you have?
Well, so I'm a purple something or
Purple
other.
dragon.
The purple
Knight.
heart. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. And there's something about
Mary.
my
No, wait, nope.
ability to
To like the rallying
to
cry.
yeah. I
So
don't know where to find
I got
what
it.
it
Hold
does.
on.
Okay,
or
I'll
if-
cover
so
okay,
Flames,
thank you.
Okay,
flames
when you
on the
use-
side of my face.
Yeah.
when you
your
use your second wind, you can choose up to 3 creatures that are allies. Each one regains hit points equal to your fighter level, provided they can see or hear you.
But that's
Okay, so it's mainly just for hit point saving.
yes.
Yeah.
Which, I think we don't need. Okay, cool.
I
I
think
will remember that for the next time.
I think Linnell will go ahead, even though the creature can because of my ways. Even though the creature may only speak Goblin, it can still understand me when I speak to its mind. But Linnell also knows Goblin, and so he's going to speak Goblin to the creature, and just say,
What's your birthstone?
no, it's a shame how much you're going to regret this. And then now it's all
He attempts to spit at you, but it kind of doesn't get there, and it's mostly blood. So, Ollie, there's
Just, like,
one.
drools down his chin.
Yeah,
Take that.
yeah, Ollie, there's one goblin who's just trying to spit blood on your friend, the warlock. You still stand atop a statue commanding the battlefield, not murdered by goblins yet, with an arrow ready to fire.
So from my perspective, how many people have piled on Ilindar here?
There's a whole stack
2
of us.
monks. 2 monks, yeah.
2 monks. So I feel he's reasonably constrained, right?
Yeah, and if he got away, you could shoot an arrow at him on the way.
Yeah, what I'm thinking of is just jumping off and doing a dash and getting right next to him.
Yeah.
But if there's 2 people next to him,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm on him.
yeah. Okay.
So-
so his movement is halved. Yeah, okay. I feel pretty confident that you guys got him.
His movement is 0, I think.
Yeah, it's 0.
He's grappled.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought he could still move a little bit.
Nope.
Given that you guys are.
Well, he can wiggle his toes, except Wiggletoes died.
And
Wiggletoes
blink.
is dead. Sorry.
Psych
He can breathe.
mentally incapacitated.
Okay, this guy.
Yep.
Yup.
18th times the charm.
Oh, finally.
All
thank
right.
God.
Your arrow flies through into the church, into the fray that is Cuyaris, Thamia, Linnell, and one remaining goblin. Your arrow catches the goblin in the eye. And there's the dramatic moment of he spits blood and it kind of just dribbles down his mouth in the face of Linnell, and then an arrow catches him in the side of the head and he topples over. Ilindor says, "I give up."
Okay, good.
Wiggletoes kind of like twitches and says, "What happened?" Who will be the better source of information about these strange goblin robberies? Will it be Wiggletoes, important goblin person, or Ilindor, the sketchy elven ranger who is, I don't know, up to no good? For answers as to questions such as these, tune in next time to Total Party Kill. The end.